Also by 1-0. The Saudi Pro League, it was Al Tawun 3. Yes, Al Fateh 2. Al Khalij won against Al Hazan by 2-1. Al Hilal won by 4-0 against Al Najma. And yes, I can tell you that Al Akli defeated Al Ittihad by 3-1 in another fixture. Yes, Real Madrid won 2-1 against Celta de Vigo. Yes, they defeated Celta Vigo 2-1 at the home ground of Celta Vigo. Preparing for the week, as they, of course, will be getting ready for the action. But yes, just a quick recap of the games. An action has also kicked off in the Chinese Super League. Shanghai Port against Henan Songshan Longman. Yes, Longman, I beg your pardon. It is Longman who have taken the lead 1-0 in the first 4 minutes of the game. Yunnan Yokun against Qingdao Hainu. It is goalless inside the first 4 minutes of that game. Laura have made it 3-0, and Japan women have made it 4-0 against the Indian women in the Asian Cup. Good afternoon, brother. Chinedu from Ebutemeta says Liverpool fans should not feel bad. They have about 6 Champions League trophies to their name, and they have 21 Premier League titles, and have won it twice in the last 6 seasons. Imagine I, who is an Arsenal fan, would give to have what Liverpool have achieved. In any case, there's always next season to correct the mistakes and anomalies of this season. Good afternoon. Chinedu, thank you for that one. Gabriel says, well, I think he has done well. Yes, this season must be disappointing, especially after spending all that money. But the truth is, you are rated by the results, especially after spending that amount of money to improve the team. So if the improvement is not there, it is easy to raise questions. I think even if it is the FA Cup, it would be nice for him to lift that and just give the fans something to cheer. Let's not forget how we said things about Ten Hag winning trophies and keeping him on the job after he won the League Cup and then the FA Cup. But these things don't matter when you don't win a European place or to qualify for the Champions League. Okay, interesting points there. I mean, they tell you a trophy is what matters at the end of the day. You could do trophies and still be shown the way out and say, okay, you know what, you are not taking us anywhere despite winning trophies. You will not say Ten Hag did not win trophies at United. Of course he did. But again, he got to a point where questions were being raised about where he was supposed to take the team. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello,
good afternoon to you.
Hello?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes.
Sorry, no, I just need to explain myself to you because I noticed that people are not calling. Maybe because they are getting difficult in calling. But I actually called because I just wanted to miss this point.
Okay.
But I heard this thing. My name is Louis.
Okay.
I heard this thing. Even if you did not win anything, that whether management should call him to explain him. Like I said, they be fair to this guy. It's not only him that has spent money, but I know he spent more than the other teams. He has spent money. But he has issue. Let's analyze the player he got, especially Issa. Issa he's having injury right now. So he's like more or less not part of the team. So for a coach that won trophy last season, just this last season, won trophy, and I can guarantee you, Aston Villa will not make top 4. Liverpool probably going to be there. So it's more or less, we can say, is guaranteed based on what they are playing right now. The consistency they experience in the middle of the league, as I think they've gone over it. They are getting stabilized right now. So I can be free to say Liverpool will qualify for the Champions League next season. So if you have that one at the back of your mind, I'm very sure, except the management, they are very guaranteed that if they sack him and bring in a new coach, that coach is going to be better than the one they are complaining of now. So look at Arsenal. Arsenal employed Arteta for like how many years? The same time Chelsea employed Lampard. Chelsea sacked Lampard. Since that time, how many trophies have Chelsea won in the league? No. Look at Arsenal. Arsenal were able to retain the Arteta, believing in his project. We can say right now, Arsenal might win the league. But if we can justify Arsenal not sacking the Arteta for 6 years, why would the management think of starting a club? People do this spend money compared to money Arsenal spend as well.
Because you just compared Chelsea to Arsenal, and then you're also comparing Arsenal to Liverpool. They are not the same entities. They are not. They are different organizations. So you're using Arsenal's excuse. Using Arsenal's excuse for Liverpool.
They believe in the project. That they say in my village, that where person face, that is his front. So if you sack him now, who are you?
All of us we face front, where you face back. I don't know what happened, but try to reach us again. All of us we face front, make you face back. You say where you face, now be your front. You might not arrive. If you like run 100 miles an hour in the wrong direction, you will get to your destination. That's the truth. All of this, we need to review some of the things that have been said before and have a new one. Yes, if the direction is Ekpe and you are facing Lekki and you are running 200 miles per hour, you will not get to Ekpe. You will not. You will pass Lekki and be going. So, speed is not direction, right? You have to face where you're going, and baby steps and baby steps. But the point I'm trying to make you clear up for me is you trying to make the three entities look like the same. I mean, I'm not sure the conversations that were held at Arsenal that decided to make them say, you know what, give Mikel Arteta time. I'm not sure what the conversations were. But if you're saying that in that time Lampard has been fired, other coaches have also come and gone, the Thomas Tuchels of this world, what's his name again, the Graham Potters and all of these guys have also come and gone. That's because it's almost a standard at Chelsea, and it didn't start today. From the Abramovich era, you can count a number of coaches that have come and gone, have been fired. Some even had to come back, went again, and all of that. But again, these are different situations where you have to compare and contrast. I'm not sure that since you've been watching football in the last 25 years or more, that there's been more than 4 substantive coaches at Arsenal. Yes, there has not been up to. Wenger, Unai, Arteta. These are the 3 guys you probably know in the last 25 years or more. If you stretch it beyond 25 years, let's say Arsene did 22, and you are talking substantive coaches who took charge, who signed contracts to stay, not interim guys like Freddie Ljungberg who had to take over when Unai got fired. But if you're talking proper coaches who took charge of the job and signed contracts, you can only name 3 in the last nearly 30 years. So I don't think you want to compare that to a Chelsea who in less than 15 years they've had maybe 10 or more coaches. Or you want to compare that to Liverpool as well. I mean, until Klopp came and there was that stability where he was there for about a decade, there were guys who were fired back to back almost. I mean, Roy Hodgson was fired, Kenny Dalglish was told to stand down, and what's his name? Brendan Rodgers was also fired at some point because, of course, he was given the necessary backing. And I'm sure, if memory serves me right, we knew how Brendan Rodgers was always in the conversation, and then he gets to that point where the mind games against Sir Alex Ferguson will put him in trouble, and then he gets knocked off the pitch. United goes on to win the trophy, and it was like that for like 2-3 seasons, until a particular season where he lost his way completely. And October of that year, he was just told, "Bros, thank you, sir. All the best for the future." And Klopp came, and the story changed. Yes, he may have won just one Premier League title, But man, he was dealing with a behemoth Manchester City side in their prime. Let's also not forget that. It's difficult to actually put all of these things into context and say because it applied here, it should also apply here. I mean, the entities are different, are not the same. So the institutions are also not the same. So it's hard to say because he worked here, he must work here, he must work here, he must work here. I think if we are making it sound that way, the guys who gave Steven Gerrard the job at Aston Villa to say, okay, you know what, you've done well at Rangers, come take over this one and let's see what you'll be able to do. They will put themselves in a position where they can say, okay. But by the time he was 17th on the log and a couple of points, maybe 3 points above relegation zone, they didn't need to think about it to say this man was not taking us anywhere. I mean, you will have to look at the parameters again. Exactly why I stand for give coaches the resources to work before you'll be able to draw a conclusion to say you didn't meet the target, and then you can be justified when you fire them. But in a case where you don't give them the resources to do the job and then you go on to fire them, it becomes an issue. But yes, let's get right into it. Of course, the debate is exciting, and let's get it started right here on Football Live. 090-41,889, 090-44,889. And yes, action as it continues. It's half-time in some of our other centers right there where games are taking place. And I can tell you that Yunnan Yukun have taken the lead against Qingdao Hainu. 1-0 inside the first 14 minutes of this game. Okay, yes, action right there in the Chinese Super League. Yes, they also play in China. I know that China was the darling of a lot of people just a few years ago when they were doling out the big money. Today, they can't afford that. 090-41,889, 090-44,889. Again, these Japanese women will smoke these other ladies off. They'll smoke them out of this particular game. It's just first half, and it's 5-0. And Japan and India, this is a mismatch. They should not be playing games. Japan, former world champions, but it's a confederation cup. Yes, it's a cup within their confederation. The Asian Cup.
Their version of WAFCON.
Of the WAFCON, yes. And exactly, you cannot say that these people they should not play against each other. Once the draws pit you against your opponent, you have to have a go at them and contest yourself against them and see what will happen in the game. Okay.
Iran women have been playing, by the way.
Say again?
I said Iran women have been playing, by the way.
Yeah, they have.
So,
they have. Again, it's a competition that's taking place outside of their country.
Yeah.
And so I've seen some of the presser where someone could not talk. She broke down in tears, and this competition is taking place in Australia. Yeah, so they are far from home, and that has been the case. But let's take maybe one or two more contributions on this particular talking point, and then of course we can switch gears on the show this afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Hello. Okay, all right, try again. Maybe this time yes, you can get through and speak with us on the show. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello.
Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
Yes, welcome.
I'm Cletus calling from Olori Abata.
Cletus, you're welcome this afternoon.
Please, I want to know who the next match Arsenal will play and who are they going to play with?
The next match?
Yes, so the next match Arsenal will play.
They are playing FA Cup today. That's the one I can give you right now. I don't know the next match they are playing.
When is it on tomorrow?
Today. In another less than 25 minutes. 1:15. Yes, 1:15 p.m.
Okay, in Champions League, who Arsenal is playing with?
Ghana, now what for you? You're asking for next match. I'm telling you, you're asking for the match after next match. Take it easy now. I don't keep all these things in my head. There are over 400 matches on weekends. You want to get over 900 matches across different places. Hello.
Hello, Victor. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Now you're G to talk.
Hey.
Yeah, this is everyone on the line.
Welcome.
I don't get many to talk to. I want to tell you about.
I just happy for your vibe this morning, this afternoon. So when you enter the show, anytime you dey happy, you dey enjoy the show.
What did they make me sad?
I
don't remember never being happy.
No. It's just the way you didn't take nonsense. Like this man wake up so when no go to the topic of what they discuss, you better put us in. But it's when you don't say the man.
FJ, thank you. FJ1, thank you. Thank you for that one. Yes, but let's focus on our talking points that we have with us. Yes, we have talking points, and it's what we're dealing with at this point in time. Halftime, Van against Ararat Armenia is goalless in that game. Halftime, India 0, Japan 5. Halftime, Kolkata 2, Fremantle City 2, and Sorrento 0, Sterling Macedonia 0. Karvan against Sunkai is goalless at halftime. Zodinian lead against Bate Borisov 1-0 at halftime. Varen against Baliatisa, it is 1-1 in Bulgaria. 7 to 9 minutes in that game. And I can tell you that first half action, first 19 minutes, Shanghai Porter trail 2-0 against Henan Songshan Longmen in that game, 2-0. Yunnan Yokun against Qingdao Hainu, it is 2-0 right there as well. In Estonia, Flora lead 3-0 against Nom United. In Iceland, yes, Kopavuga lead against Eger by 1-0, 24 minutes on the clock. In Hong Kong, action in the game between Taipo and Kichi. It is 1-1 in that game. Let's go to Georgia. Okay, no action in the top flight today. But of course, in Kazakhstan, Altai against Kairat Almaty is goalless at halftime. Jugas Telsai against Kuno Zagaris 1-1 at halftime in another game. Right there, of course, this time in Lithuania. And yes, let's let you know. Well, no, these are just the games taking place at this point in time. And when the big games kick off, we'll definitely be here to serve it to you and bring you all the action. Ahead of the kickoff of this game, just a few words, of course, from Mikel Arteta, who was said, that's the beauty of this competition. We are able to play in various contexts. Big tradition for the country, yes, for this country, and loving the challenge. We know the difficulty of this challenge. Tough to win and reach the next round. We are very aware of that. Yes, talking about the team. And Max Darman, he said, big day for him. He's been out for a few weeks as well. A real hunger to show that he's capable and that he's ready. Yes, he's really in a good environment around him. But let's see what he does in the game. Okay, yes, as the action continues right here. Yes, we could squeeze...
And you could not have scripted this.
I'm sure we've got a cracker on our hands.
This game is incredibly...
Football Live. There's nothing like it on weekends.
Yes, of course, the action returns. And this is Football Live. We're counting down to the kickoff action in FA Cup. And yes, the Gunners are in action. Gunners, it's not over till it's over. And it's Arsenal all the way. To celebrate this great season, Chivas Regal, the official partner of Arsenal FC, is giving away an official Arsenal jersey signed by Victor Gyökeres, Martin Zubimendi and Mikel Merino. Now, here's your challenge. Build your ultimate five-a-side Arsenal FC team with the era, yes, with any era of Arsenal players, Invincibles, Emirate era, Hybrid era, yes, Hybrid days. Mix it up. Be creative. Show us you know Arsenal. Drop your lineup in the comment section of the pinned post on the official Chivas Regal page on Instagram and X. The comment with the most love wins the jersey. Yes, the comment with the most love and most likes, of course, wins the jersey. Hurry now and let's see who's really a gunner for life. I rise, we rise. Remember to drink responsibly. Okay, so you know what to do. But let's get back into it as the action continues right here on Football Live. Yes, we'll take a quick break at this point. And when we come back, we'll take you live into the games and more talking points as action continues on Football Live. Do not go anywhere. We're just getting started.
Ready or not, here I go.
10, 9, 8, 8, 9.
Sports Radio, 88.9 Gorilla FM.
Nigga go with the corner, King shooting star, still looking for the three-point hit. And no, fantastic header.
The WBC interim heavyweight champion of the world, the Nigerian Nightmare.
In this very moment, I'm king.
Carroll's out! He's won it for Liverpool! Much criticised club record signing comes up with a header that lifts their spirits.
Higher with the crown, yes.
They're looking to switch it quickly here for Ronaldo, who's got the better of Diego Alves. And Ronaldo scores brilliantly. The finish of a master. A craftsman at work.
Shout out to my haters, sorry that you couldn't faze me.
Head on the back, this is Carlo. He's got the captain as well for Nigeria. The man who's played the game for Nigeria takes them into the final. Durango Carlo, what a moment for him.
Greatness is what we on the brink of.
Don't believe it. Aguero, with seconds of the season remaining, has won the Premier League title for Manchester City. Hollywood, make this movie.
They've become the first African side to win Olympic gold and to win a major world footballing tournament. And no wonder they'll celebrate. Nigeria with the gold medal.
I'm really trying to make it more than what it is, cause everybody dies, but not everybody lives.
Messi scores! Another massive milestone, a half-century of goals in the Champions League, and he's the youngest player to reach that figure.
This is my moment.
Every moment is a treasure in Sports Radio 88.9 Gorilla FM.
I wish that I could have this moment for life.
Gorilla FM, a complete deal.
Cause in this moment I just feel so alive.
B-R-I-L-A Gorilla.
A bigger sports experience just for you on several platforms. Sports Radio.
Brilla FM.
Enjoy our services on www.brilla.net.
Anywhere. Everywhere.
Subscribe to Brilla Sports TV on YouTube.
Watch, like, and share our videos. Brilla.
It's a total sports media experience. Anywhere, everywhere.
Time once again for VAR, Video Assistant Referee.
Everybody saw it.
Paul Tierney is recommending that Anthony Taylor goes and has a look for himself.
Yeah. We know you saw it too.
On reflection, he does get there first. He does make contact.
Let's review that scene and double check it all on the VAR show.
Alright, make I use my VR made in Marine Beach. Yes, stand on the bridge, you see everywhere clearly.
VR made in Ungwanrimi.
9:30 a.m. Mondays to Fridays on Sports Radio, Brilla FM. VAR. The recheck.
And now in news from the world of football, reports are surfacing that last year's changes to the UEFA Champions League may have come from a surprising source.
Here we go. Sources close to Lee are saying that Zlatan Ibrahimovic has been telling people the idea for the new format was all his idea.
Zlatan, last year we saw your announcement of the new format at the UEFA Champions League draw, and you were great.
Yes, I know. Zlatan is only here to help.
Okay, enough. You have to stop telling press and everyone else that we are making changes. Because we are not.
This is the Champions League, where the best in the world come to compete. This is an all-or-nothing league, where legends are made and hearts are broken. Football never stands still. It always evolves. And now, the fans are getting more competitive games. So that every match, every goal, every point matters. The best club competition in the world just got better. Because this is the Champions!
Follow all of the UEFA Champions League season on Brilla.
Hi, DJ Drogba.
Hello, this is Haile Gebrselassie.
Hi, I'm Michael Midfielder.
My name is Jeremy Mikel. My name is Danny Jordan. My name is Kolo Toure. Hi, my name is Diego Rangida. Hi, sports fans. My name is Victor Moses.
My name is Lightning Bolt.
I'm Joseph Yabo.
My name is Austin Jeju Okocha.
This is David Dean, former Vice Chairman of Arsenal and the Football Association. We're on 88.9 Brilla FM.
We're reaching out to bring the big names to you. Sports Radio 88.9 Brilla FM. There's nothing like it.
It all kicks off right here.
Breaking news straight to your phone. Brilla Media is now on WhatsApp. Follow our official WhatsApp channel for the latest sports news, talking points, live updates, and in-depth coverage of sports events in Nigeria and around the world. From international tournaments to national teams, athletes, and exclusive stories. If it's sport, it's on Brilla Media. To join, simply go to WhatsApp channels on your device. Search Brilla Media and tap follow channel. No stress, no delays. Just sports as it happens. Brilla Media, home of the fans.
And you could not have scripted this.
I'm sure we've got a cracker on our hands.
This game is incredibly and beautifully unpredictable. Well, I said the wheels were falling off. Wheels, the doors, the steering wheel, it's all come off. Well, we just would one. Keeper headed off and goal.
Fantastic.
Didn't really see that one coming this afternoon.
Gone right under him. It's a shocker from the goalkeeper.
Where's it all gone wrong?
Football Live. There's nothing like it on weekends.
Football Live.
You are listening to Football Live. Football Live.
There's nothing like it on weekends.
Yes, welcome back. The action continues right here. Football Live on your Champion Star Sports Radio Brilla FM. And yes, I can tell you certainly that soon we will be taking you to the home ground of Mansfield as they host Arsenal in action in the English FA Cup. Yes, definitely. We'll bring you live action from there. One call stadium, it can only take 9,186 people. Yes, that capacity is what it can accommodate. But yes, they're doing their best in League One. Yes, we will, of course, bring you the action right here. We are some 6 minutes away from the kickoff in that particular game, and yes, more action will be coming your way as they make progress right there. I can tell you at this point in time that Japan women have made it 6-0. Yes, 6-0. You won't ban them from playing in their own confederation now, but this is a whitewash. If all goes according to plan, Aston Villa's season has 16 games left. Right now, though, nothing is going to plan for Unai Emery's side. Talk of a Premier League title push always felt improbable, and now they are banged out of the top 4 spots as quickly slipping from their grasp as well. Yes, the top 4 spots is slipping out of their grasp as well. Defeat to Chelsea on Wednesday night was deserved. Tight VAR offside call swayed this match in the first half. And after Ollie Watkins, of course, was denied that goal he desperately needed, Cole Palmer got the goal. He was utterly craving to seal a valuable 3 points for the Blues. Villa remain 4th, 3 points above both Chelsea and Liverpool. But with 9 games to go, the momentum is not on their side. 1 win in 6. 3 wins in 13. Take your pick. Either way, that is not the form of a Champions League chasing team. But worse than any team is the mood inside the Villa Park. Some fans, of course, felt after 65 minutes when João Pedro completed his hat-trick. And thereafter, some fans left after that hat-trick was completed. And those who remained had given up on anger and replaced it with the apathy that mirrored the Villa leggy players. Another hard day was for them in that game. A third loss in the last 4 weeks at home in the league alone. With their dreams of finishing Champions League places, in Champions League place fading away, should Aston Villa focus on the Europa League instead. The momentum in the Premier League is definitely not on their side, and chances are that before we complete the remaining 9 games, Villa will be out of the European spot or be out of Champions League spot. But should they channel all that energy into playing the Europa League? Una has won it how many times? Maybe 4. Should he channel that energy into the Europa League rather than just put in all the energy, put in all the work, and hope that they end up in Champions League places? Joseph?
Well, personally, I think going by the quality of games they have to play still in the Premier League, I think I don't think it's all lost. They can still try to make up for the long time, because whether we like it or not, Aston Villa, I think it's just about a blip. I don't believe this will be the same case until the end of the season. You look at the lineup of Chelsea fans. I mean, they're competitors for the Champions League places. Manchester United, relatively easy fixtures for them. Aston Villa as well, but for Chelsea, not particularly, especially how they have been in the past couple of months, or let's say weeks. You know, I think maybe they've got a much more difficult side to play, and then you have Liverpool as well. Liverpool are not going to be having it easy again due to the quality of teams they have to play. But Aston Villa, on the other hand, apart from Manchester United, they play Manchester United next.
Yeah.
And after that, they have to play West Ham.
That's not a game you give them a chance.
Against United.
Yeah. It's at Old Trafford.
Yes, I would understand.
Tough place to go.
Given their
current form.
Their current form as well.
Yeah.
Away from home, I would understand. But after Manchester United, they have to West Ham to play, Nottingham Forest away.
Forest away is a tough one for them.
Yes, but they play Sunderland at home. Fulham, you don't know the kind of Fulham you'd expect to turn up, but I don't think the game against Fulham is a difficult one that they can't, probably surmount, because, they can only try as much
probably
as possible.
Probably 50-50 in that fixture.
50-50. But they also play Tottenham at the Villa Park, which I think is largely
it's a good one for them to win.
Yeah. Burnley, I think after Burnley,
the last two games of the season will be hard for them.
Yeah, Liverpool and Manchester
Away
City.
to Liverpool, away to City.
And I think that game against Liverpool would probably be the decider, even though I feel we would have known what the final standing would be. Aston Villa and Liverpool are direct competitors for the Champions League places, so it means they still have their hands, their destiny in their hands. They played this one at Aston Villa, at the Villa Park. So we are looking at out of 9 games, winnable games of just about 5 or 6. And then you look into what Chelsea have to play. Chelsea, they have a lot of really important games to play as well. Big teams, and I think they probably have the easiest on the run. So I think for me, they could decide to go for the for the Europa League and still maintain what they currently have in the Premier League.
But again, the concern for most parts for those who look at Aston Villa is the fact that you don't even have enough gas in the tank for you to run all the way. So why not just channel all that energy into one place? Because you're going to be playing in the Premier League. You've just listed the 9 matches that they have to play. Now they have Lille to play over 2 legs.
Yes.
And then if they get past Lille, they still have other games to play. Fixtures will definitely be piling up in their run to the final. Which should they embrace and which should they let go? Because looking at the quality of the fixtures in front of them, yes, there will be a couple that they would win.
Yes.
But would those be good enough to help them finish in in UEFA Champions League places? Why not prioritize one?
Yeah, if they win Europa League, it's automatic ticket to the Champions League. So I think they are in a very good place. They are in a very good place. I think if I were Unai Emery, I've got enough experience in the league, in the Europa League, and I've got I don't have to do so much in terms of you'd bank on the consistency of players to win a cup title. Like Europa League, for instance, Tottenham Hotspur were able to do it last season without majority of their big guys. Yes, they were able to just scrap the wins. Yes, you look at the games they played against Bodo Glimt, which perhaps apart from Manchester United, another team that makes life difficult for anybody to get past them to win the trophy. So I think they are slightly better than Tottenham Hotspur. Yes, they are doing better than the way Tottenham Hotspur behaved last season in the Premier League. And I think if he decides to put all his eggs inside the basket of the Europa League, I think it's still a safe bet. You've got the players. Maybe they would not be able to give you the same level of performance week in, week out to the Premier League. You are not expecting the Tammy Abraham to continue to score goals. He's not been doing much of that anyway. But you don't expect him. But then he picks his moment in the Europa League, and of course you can bank on him to get you some of those, maybe 2-3 goals. You have just about 6 games tops maximum in the Europa League to go. And I think you just need to pick when you need to attack, when you need to defend, and that's just about it. So for me, I think putting all your eggs in the Europa League will be the safe bet. First of all, because if you win the Europa League, you are going to the Champions League, and of course you still get the money pool anyway. And whatever comes from the Premier League, I know you would not be certainly going below 7th. Because of, first of all, the quality of your team and the inconsistency of the other teams at the back. It's been a terrible season for plenty teams in the Premier League this season, but I think you can bank on that because of the hard work they've done before now. So I think for me, it will be a safe bet for Unai Emery to put all of his hopes in the Europa League winning, and of course qualify for Champions League from there.
Okay, of course, he says it will be a safe bet, seeing that he's been in that place before, and just maybe, if he keeps it there, everything just might work in his favor for him to get the job done. And yes, do you think Unai Emery should focus on the Europa League? Yes, is exactly what our second talking point is about on the show this afternoon. 090-41,889, 090-44,889. Around Christmas up until early or mid-January, one would have said, hey, these guys are unstoppable because, yes, whether you like it or not, they were in the title race conversation. And right now, we're saying something else about them. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Ifeanyi.
Ifeanyi, welcome this afternoon.
Yeah, I would say for Aston Villa, they should concentrate on Europa League. Their chances of winning Europa League is higher than making top four in the Premier League. The reasons are this. Their coach is, I would say, a professor in the Europa League. He knows how to do it and he can do it. I don't agree with the analysis Joseph has made concerning easy fixtures and against other teams like Chelsea. If you say Aston Villa will play Man City, they will play Liverpool, they will play Manchester United, they will play Tottenham, they will play Fulham, West Ham out of the 9 matches remaining, and you say there are no easy fixtures at all. Who are Chelsea going to play? It's also all these teams now, Man City and all these teams that Chelsea is also going to play. So it will come down to who is in better form at the moment, and it appears teams like Chelsea have their heads higher than Aston Villa at this moment, and they have a much more reserve on their bench when you compare to Aston Villa. So they may not be able to survive it if they insist on going to Champions League from Premier League. So their best bet will be Europa League. Take it away.
Okay, all right. So thank you so much for that one, Joseph. You want to react to something?
I think I can understand where it's coming from, but the highest they have to do against a City side is to probably pick a draw. They've done it. They can do it against City. They've played against City countless times, and they've in fact beaten City in the past, in recent memory. Maybe Arsenal will be the difficult one, but they've played against Arsenal, times without numbers, and most times they've decided the title against Arsenal. When Arsenal have been bottling the league.
Aston Villa?
Yes.
Well, they're not going to play Arsenal again. They played them already.
But I'm talking about Liverpool. Yes, Liverpool. So, and then Liverpool at this point in time, I'm not sure. Liverpool went to Wolves and everybody saw the tepid display. It's not just about whether they are. It's not about paper now. It's about what they have done. And then you have Manchester United. Manchester United possibly the toughest in all of these fixtures we've mentioned. And for Chelsea will play Newcastle United next. Yes, it's at Stamford Bridge, but I'm not sure Newcastle United, no matter how bad we think they are still a very difficult side to beat. They play against Everton at the Hill Dickinson. Everton are, quietly having a good season for themselves. You want to take your attention away from that, you're at your own peril. But I think it's a game they'll be looking at and feel, okay, we can get something out of that game. And then they play against Manchester City. Still talking about Chelsea. They play against Man United. They play against Brighton and Hove Albion away. They play Nottingham Forest, then Liverpool, the same Tottenham Hotspur you talked about, and then Sunderland on the final day of the season at the Stadium of Light. So where both fixtures together, I don't think you need to do plenty maths. It's just simple logic that these Aston Villa have the easier fixtures in the run into the end of the season than Chelsea and even Liverpool. Again, you also look at it from the angle of how they've been performing. Not even just take away your mind from what's on the paper, how they've been performing. Chelsea, when they need to take initiatives, when they need to capitalize on how badly the teams around them have been, they fail to do that every time this season, at every point. There is a reason why Manchester United somehow have crept up from where they were coming, and Chelsea were somewhere in the top four. Now they are oscillating between Liverpool and themselves. So for me, it's a case of Chelsea, first of all, how they've performed this season. There are some games that you feel, okay, Manchester United, for instance, you probably have no problem against Sunderland because they've beaten Sunderland. They've played against Sunderland this season. They've not had much problem. But Chelsea, on the other hand, maybe easier on fixture on the eye. I mean, Fulham has gone to the Stadium of Light, taking Sunderland apart. But for Chelsea particularly, Sunderland has beaten Chelsea at the Stamford Bridge. So I think different folks for different, different strokes for different folks. And to be honest, Chelsea are, in the shorthand at this time. Not against Aston Villa, but the rest of the teams that they have to play on paper. So for me, it doesn't take much calculations. Chelsea have been finding it difficult against these teams, but then against Aston Villa on the other hand, I think they picked more wins. That's the reason why they are ahead in the Premier League table.
But unfortunately, the form is also not looking good at this point in time for Villa. And that is exactly why this is even a conversation in the first place. Because, yes, it is maybe 16 more games to go. It depends on how far they want to go this season. And if you're doing your maths and you're saying, let's cut our losses, you probably want to look at the Premier League and say, okay, these are games that will be physically telling for us. Should we now focus on the Europa League and see where that gets us? Well, that's what this conversation is about. Let's get started and hear from you on the show this afternoon. 090-41,089, 090-44,089. And yes, we're talking Aston Villa and their season. If you think really they should focus on the Europa League rather than doing all the running in the Premier League and hoping to finish in Champions League position. Let's hear from you on the show this afternoon. You can also leave your messages on WhatsApp and let's take them. I can tell you that 7-8 minutes into the game between Mansfield and Arsenal, it is goalless so far in that fixture. Yes, FA Cup action, and two teams are pretty much sizing themselves up right there in this one. Hello. Okay. Yes, Football Live continues. 8 minutes on the clock. Mansfield against Arsenal. No goals recorded. Japan women have just made it 9 goals to nil. 9 goals to nil. Yes, it is now 9 goals to nil against the Indian women in the Asian Cup. Hello. Good afternoon and welcome to Football Live.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Louis.
Okay.
If I have this very well, I think you analyze the point very well. At Chelsea, but according to Joseph, it's more or less Joseph is picking Aston Villa to qualify ahead of
No, he thinks they stand a chance. He thinks they stand a chance.
Than Aston Villa, which means Aston Villa will qualify ahead of Chelsea. And I don't believe so. Just like the other caller said, Aston Villa also have a very tough team to play. And besides, the form of Aston Villa right now is very poor compared to Chelsea. This one, Victor, you see, you cannot rely on Chelsea. Joseph will say you cannot rely on Chelsea for performance. The team that they are supposed to beat, they end up not beating them. The same team with Aston Villa form. So are you relying on Aston Villa to beat all the teams they are going to play? So if you look at the picture right now and the chances of who to make that top 4 or top 5 is more or less on Chelsea to have a better chance to qualify than Aston Villa. So sometimes I don't know how we base our analysis, whether it's based on our own expectation or maybe we are beating certain teams. That's why we do all that. I don't know.
Well, I'm not sure what you meant by the final, the wrap on your analysis. But before the last game that Aston Villa lost to Chelsea at the Villa Park 4-1. In the last 5 games before that game, Villa have won 3. They've drawn 1 and they've only lost once to Chelsea. So head to head before that particular game, except you're a Chelsea fan, you probably not give it to Aston Villa. Except you are the kind of person who would want to say, what I tell you, I not tell you say we'll go win. But if you were actually going to give the sort of analysis that would make you say going into this game that it was going to favor Chelsea more, I don't think that you would have the sort of yardstick that would make you say that Villa had what it takes. Chelsea had what it takes to win that game. Let's not forget the moment Villa even went up, there were concerns about Chelsea and people were already talking about, oh, there we go again. This might be difficult. But again, it played out the way it did. For Villa, I just think they are walking a very tight rope. You don't want to put them in a situation where all they have to do is to... I think same thing goes for Tottenham Hotspur. the moment they concede, it looks like it hits them with a sense of deja vu, like, oh, we're here again. We've been down this road before. And I think it is, for me, it largely has to do with how they respond mentally. I don't think it is a thing of, oh, the guys cannot play. It is how they respond in this situation, and not really the fact that they cannot play. Because you will not look at the quality that they have at Tottenham Hotspur, or look at the quality that they have at Aston Villa and say these guys are all of a sudden not good enough. It is still the same Morgan Rogers, it's the same Ollie Watkins, it's still the same other guys that you've had there who powered them up until this point. Now there is a reason why they are not getting past a certain place anymore. And yes, generally speaking, we could put that down to form. But if you analyze form and break it into beats and say, okay, maybe poor run, maybe poor form, maybe a pile-up of fixtures is taking its toll on the team, maybe injury situations, a loss of form cannot be one thing in particular. There are situations where it could be one thing in particular. Maybe you play a game and one team beats you 6-0, and then it takes you like 2-3 games for you to recover mentally and then respond on the pitch. That could be a concern. But I think for Aston Villa, they go into these games and you're not thinking that they are going to find it in the next game. And that for me is the major concern that I have. I've seen them falter a lot of times. I think in the race to the top of the table finish, I want to say that before last week, before the midweek loss, United were the most informed team. And then you could say City, you could say Liverpool and Arsenal, and then Chelsea. But yes, I think in the race also, every team has actually had their strength and the things they can do well, the things they have not been able to do right, and everything that has gone in their favor or that has gone against them. So I've looked at all of this work now, and I think if these guys do the right things, they just might get it go their way. But it has to come from a place of what would Villa do differently that would give them the results, and then maybe they can begin to pick the pieces from there. In terms of the fixtures before us, maybe 4 or 5 games are games they could possibly win. Will 4 or 5 games out of 9, the points they gain from those places, be enough to make them win or qualify for the Champions League? Maybe not. And that's why we're also looking at the possibility of, should they therefore turn their attention to the Europa League, where in the Premier League they may not exactly give up the fixtures, but they know that the focus is more on this competition, where the opponents they come up against are not exactly as the same as the ones they have to face in the Premier League week in, week out. Especially given the intensity of the Premier League, where you know that it is energy sapping and they may not have enough gas left in the tank for them to finish the season as strong as possible. 15 minutes on the clock. Mansfield nil, Arsenal nil in that game. And Mansfield have pretty much tested the Arsenal goal area. Yes, tested the Arsenal goalkeeper. They've had like 2 shots on target. Generally, they've had more than 2 shots in this game. I did mention over 2.5 corners. They've had 1 for themselves. They've had 7 shots, only 1 on target in this game. Talking about Mansfield. And yes, so far that has been the case as far as this game is concerned. So yes, will there be a goal anytime soon? Well, we'll wait to see. But pretty much a good account of themselves is what they've given so far as this game is concerned. Joseph, your thoughts after the first 15 minutes?
Yeah, I think surprisingly for me, Marcus, Mansfield have been more positive in this game than than I initially thought. And the fact is, well, obviously you would expect that Arsenal, being the better side, by miles, should be taking more more risks. And to be honest, it's not as if maybe they've been lacking, but the truth is, since I said Mansfield specifically have upped their game, for this fixture, and they keep plugging at it. And what I'm even quite more impressed with is the fact that they've been organized with their presses. They are not going into tackles with being overzealous. They've not basically run out of shape. They've been maintaining the same kind of shape for a long time, whether pressing, counter pressing, or even just going for it in the final third. And to be honest, I think they've been quite impressive. But I think let's see if they'll be able to maintain for say 20 minutes now, because that's where, to keep going at it is where the problem is. And if Arsenal settles in this one, you can tell that okay, something else would matter. But again, Arsenal have to be wary not to concede early on, because it could prove very difficult to get back. Looking at how they've played, and for Mansfield Town's a fan, we'll be more than happy with what he's seen so far. But to be honest, I think they just have to keep going. When you are playing a big team as big as Arsenal, you want to continue plugging at them until you can afford not to crack, and maybe the pressure might get to them, and maybe you win the game of psychology. But from this end, I think it's been a more Mansfield game. If they probably had better finishers, they probably are one goal ahead. But again, Arsenal are just trying to pick their moments to come in the game and probably get a goal that will settle them. Okay, let's see how that goes. 18 minutes on the clock. It is goalless right there in the early kickoff in the English FA Cup action. Of course, coming your way on Football Live right here on Sports Radio Brilla FM. Yes, 090-41,089, 090-44,089. Mansfield have had 8 shots now, and just of course one of those have been on target in this fixture against Arsenal. Arsenal have had 3, only one of those has been on target as well. Of course, across all the other grounds, action is kicked off in the Championship. Blackburn Rovers against Portsmouth. 4 minutes in is goalless. Hull City take on Millwall. Yes, it is also goalless after 4 minutes of the action in that particular game. Let's let you know that Japan have made it a 10-0. Yes, 72 minutes in that game. It is 10-0 against the Indian women. Yes, the women of India in the Asian Women's Cup right there. Of course, let's get right into it. Looking at the fixtures before them, they will have to be at their very best. And again, if these guys were also in the race for the Premier League title, people will probably say forfeit the Europa League and put all the focus in the Premier League. I don't think so at this point. I'm saying if they were not these many points behind in the Premier League race. Okay. I mean, time was they were only 3 points behind Arsenal. Yeah, I mean, if they were still in such a position, yes, you probably would say ditch the Europa League and put all that energy in the Premier League. I think it's a worthy gamble. It's a worthy gamble if you're so near, especially with the fact that you can't tell. I mean, Arsenal being what they've been in the past couple of weeks now. Again, I don't think there's so much teams that have been consistent so far in the Premier League, especially in the final games to the end of the season. I think you would give yourself a chance. There's a reason. Man City have that belief as well that something is still quite in there for them. So it means they would directly be in the shoes of Manchester City, and I think why not? Why not? Yes, I think it is tempting to go. I mean, when was the last time Aston Villa won a title for them? And you probably think realistically it is the Europa League, due to the fact that they've got a top manager who is won it many times. They don't have to play teams that are high in quality as against what they would have done in the Premier League, and it makes a lot of sense. But the truth is, given that the points that they probably must have accumulated, say 3 points to go, I think it's a worthy gamble, and I think that would probably give them the impetus of why not go for 2? But realistically, you expect them, because they don't have such a big squad, they want to put their eggs in one basket and see how it goes. So I think it will be a very worthy gamble for them to try, to go for the league outrightly against Arsenal. Okay, 090-41,089, 090-44,089, and yes, we're still talking Aston Villa at this time, looking at the season for them. You think, yes, just tank the season, not exactly not focus on it, at least focus on it to the best of our ability, but look at if winning the Europa League is a surest path for you to play in the Champions League next season. Because as it looks, the other guys who are in the competition with you, they appear to be in a better position. And so if that would be the case, should Aston Villa look at the Europa League as an avenue for them to still play Champions League football and win that competition? Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon. This is Nuruddin, the greatest Manchester United fan.
Okay. Go on, Nuruddin.
About
Villa, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hello?
Yes, go on. We can hear you. I'm sorry. Hello, good afternoon. Yes, your champions now. It is 22 minutes. Mansfield 0, Arsenal 0 in the FA Cup action right there. Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, Victor.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, Joseph, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
Yeah, Samuel calling.
Okay, Samuel.
Aston Villa, when you look at their form, their recent form, very poor. But on their day, they can beat anybody. The Europa League, I don't think they should be fighting in the two competitions, playing in the Premier League and also hoping to qualify for the Champions League by winning the Europa League. But for them to concentrate on one, I don't think it's a good idea. The pictures listed on a good day, nobody can beat anybody. Like Joseph is the house, the pictures and something. What you understand is that on a good day, Chelsea as a team, they will play Newcastle at Stamford Bridge in their next Premier League fixture. So Chelsea can beat anybody at any day. Even the Manchester United we are talking, we were beating Newcastle with 7 men. So the Premier League, that top 4 is very dicey. Anybody can go in there at any time. I don't think Aston Villa should, concentrate on the Europa League. The Europa League is a home and away fixtures, and traveling and other things. But in the Premier League, you know the team you're playing, and you know their strength. So Naira should, concentrate in the two competitions and see what will come out of it. For him to focus on Europa League, I don't think it's a good idea. So, Premier League top 4. All the people who are contesting now, they have top pictures, and anybody can beat anybody. Chelsea can beat Man City at Stamford Bridge, beat the Man United at Stamford Bridge, and they can beat the business. So it's all about who is in form and who needs it more. So whenever the form is very, very bad now, but as a manager who has been there, he has done it, he has seen it before. So I still believe that he will still take the Aston Villa to the Champions League, maybe through the Premier League table. So it's not as if that all hope is lost. Yes, they've lost back-to-back against Wolves and Chelsea. But they are still a quality team. No, they don't have depth in their squad, but they have quality players who can, hunt anybody at any time. So let's concentrate in the two competitions and see how they plan at the end of the season. So that's my contribution. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much. And let him concentrate on the two competitions and not prioritize one over the other. Okay. What say you? Yes, keep it coming. Even your comments as well on WhatsApp. We can take as many as we can. As many as they come, of course, we'll take them. Good afternoon. Yes, this one here says, greetings, VQ, and my fellow United fan, Joe. Yes, my name is Wilson. Honestly, saying Villa should concentrate on the Europa League, it's a bigger gamble for me. I think they have a chance of finishing in the top 4. In fact, the way the standing is right now, it is the way it will remain at the end of the season. I don't see either of these team, this floppy Chelsea team or Liverpool side, knocking them off the radar. Focusing on the Europa League is not a given because other teams could spring up a surprise and knock them out of the competition. That exactly is where I want you to focus on. So in the Europa League, you have home and away. You can still handle your future if you win your home games well, and then you do not lose so well or so badly away from home. In the Europa League, you can handle your future. So you play 2 legs in the round of 16, 2 more legs in the quarterfinals, 2 more legs in the semi-final, And if you win the 7th game, you've won the Europa League. But in the Premier League, there are games you play at home, there are games you play away from home. I'm not saying in the race you may not be able to keep yourself there. But I think in the last 3 matches, they've been stuck in the same points where others, when 9 points were available, they've only been able to pick up, I think, 1 point when 9 points were available. That's not the form of a team that wants to finish as strong as possible. And given how bad United have been this season, United have moved a step ahead of them. Now they are 3 points ahead of Chelsea because Chelsea won against them, taking the advantage. So they are 3 points ahead of Chelsea. I think they're also about 3 points ahead of Liverpool.
Yes.
That puts them in a very difficult place. They still have to go and play against this Liverpool. And then I think they welcome Liverpool to the Villa Park. And then
second to the last game of the season.
Second to the last game of the season. Maybe by then, if the race for the top 4 has not been decided yet, that might be what will decide it. If the title race has not been decided yet, you'll be going all the way for it and be hoping that, okay, you smell blood in this situation and you should be able to get the job done. So yeah, it looks really difficult. But the route, let's not forget they finished top 3 in the Europa League. And it was Lyon and I think FC Midtjylland that were the top 3 in the competition. If you look at the quality of what is available in the Europa League, I think especially judging from the fact that they have to play 3 games at home, 3 games away, they can handle their destiny. They can. But again, football, you know what it is. Sometimes it goes that way, sometimes it doesn't go the way you expect it to go. But yes, the Champions League is an option that is available to them, and we're asking today on the show. It's a good debate. We're all having different ways to look at it, and if that should be the case, or if you think things should change as far as this one is concerned. 090-41,889, 090-44,889. Yes, the numbers to call to be a part of a Football Live, and let's see where this is definitely going. Good afternoon. Brother Addison says, Chinedu from Ibutimeta says, it was Aston Villa who defeated Arsenal at the Emirates 2 seasons ago that eventually cost Arsenal the Premier League title to Manchester City. And based on that, I don't wish Aston Villa anything good. No. This is not a place for you to pour out your sentiments. This is just a place for you to, of course, tell us what you think. Japan have counted all the players on the pitch for India and have given them a goal for each person. So it is 11-0 right now in that game. Mansfield against Arsenal. Maybe the brightest spot in this game so far, Joseph Max Daumann.
Yeah, it's just missed a guilty opportunity. Yeah, no blame me for that. I think the ball came in, pretty fast, and they was not able to
connect with it.
Yeah, connect rightfully with the ball. But I think it's been more entertaining than I thought. If for all of the discipline they have, Mansfield, I think they're just something short in front of goal. If this is if they had been a decent side in front of goal, especially in that attack, I think particularly number 9 has been a really good guy. He's older player, has been good. He's been causing a lot of problems with his patience. He doesn't rush into decisions and takes his time. And I think if this could have been a bigger team or a better team by just a tad, Arsenal would have found themselves behind because they've been doing more of the probing. Yes, Arsenal have had one opportunity which has come off the post. Madueke has been trying to create chances, but it has not been coming as frequently as you would expect for an Arsenal against Mansfield. I think it's become a little tighter, and I hope that it doesn't get to that point where it becomes awkward for Arsenal, and then they begin to feel the pressure, the psychological blow of, okay, this is a team from League One. We should normally we are, even at this point in time, every other day we are like sunlight and night away, in terms of difference from this kind of teams. But somehow they've not been able to do it, and I think Mansfield continue to enjoy all of the way it has been going. Arsenal again lackluster in front of goal, and to be honest, I think it's just a matter of time. If Arsenal are not careful, Mansfield might just take it a step and score a goal.
Okay.
Before we go into the break, but Arsenal just have to be more concrete from that back line. Mosquera has been exposed a few times, and I think maybe we are seeing them play from 3 at the back Arsenal, and I think maybe they are just a bit shaky at the moment. But let's see how it goes to the next. We just have 15 minutes to the end of the first half. We'll see what will start transpired before then.
Okay, let's see how that goes. As far as this particular fixture is concerned, it's Mansfield 0, Arsenal 0. Yes, 32 minutes on the clock. Action in the English FA Cup, where the two teams, of course, are still having a go at each other. Cardiff City against Lincoln. Yes, that game is currently on. It's a top of the table clash right there in League One. Action is right there, and so far it is goalless. Huddersfield against Rotherham is also goalless. And if we go to the Championship, of course, in England, yes, I can tell you that Millwall have taken the lead against Hull City, but Blackburn Rovers against Portsmouth is still goalless. Okay, Hull City have just equalized in the game against Millwall, and that is something I can tell you right now as far as this one is concerned. Okay, let's get right into it. Of course, I'm still bringing you the action, and yes, of course, let you know that Kepa Arrizabalaga is the man who has put Arsenal out of jail right there. Yes, bailing them out in that situation there. Probably would have been easily 1-0 because, yes, well struck, but the goalkeeper got out of his position to get a hand to it and get a grab of the ball before it rolled for an opponent to tuck it into the back of the net. So, yes, it is still a goalless right there. This goes for a lot of people who said this game was going to be a whitewash, that these guys are League One. I've seen a lot of their games, and I do not think they are such a bad side. Especially the game they played against Burnley, where they won.
Yes,
it was at Tough Moor, home ground of Burnley. These guys had a good game. And there was also a particular time in League One, they went like 8 games, winning 4 of those, and they must score even in the ones they lost and the ones they drew at some point this season. Yes, they had it that good, and again, they have a seasoned coach who's been around, a son of a coach who played and then born into coaching. That's Brian Clough's son, by the way, Nigel Clough. He's right there, and he is the coach of this side. A well-drilled side, in all honesty. They do a lot of the running. They don't have the ball. Everyone is behind the center circle. I mean, the sort of things you want to teach your players or teach your team when you're addressing compactness and when you're trying to make it difficult for a side where you know that, okay, they thrive when they have spaces and they would punish you when they have such opportunities available to them. So, yeah, so far, I would say that the guys have done really well. But we're still talking Aston Villa. 090-41,889, 090-44,889. Aston Villa in the course of the season. Go for it in the Premier League, or just, of course, look at the Europa League and say, you know what, this serves us an opportunity to just have a go at these guys and do what we have to do. Yes, this serves us as a good opportunity for us to have a go at these guys, win this competition, and still find a way to play in the Europa League. Now, if they win this competition also, it will be 6 teams from England playing in the Champions League next season. Yes, 5 automatic slots, and then, of course, you will have the winners of the Europa League coming back into this one. Again, these are some of the things I expect Unai by now himself and his team to begin to find a way to address and come up with answers in terms of what they want to do and how they want to approach the remaining part of the season. 18 more games to go, or 16 more games to go actually. Yes, 9 here, 7 here. Not bad. You probably want to look at it and say, okay, 16 more games, let's address this thing and see which will favor us. But which do you think these guys should go for? Finish strong in the Premier League and still squeeze into that Europa League spot, or just give it a push as hard as possible and go all the way for the Europa League? That looks like it could work out in your favor. 090-41,889, 090-44,889. Yes, the numbers to call on the show this afternoon. Again, you would expect that at some point, maybe the guys that they have who are out injured, Tielemans, for instance, if he comes back into the side, he will help them find a bit of stability. Ross Barkley, since he came back from that injury, I'm not sure what he offers this side. I personally think that a guy like what's his name now? he should be given a bit of rest. Oli Watkins, let him rest and let this man come in, Tammy Abraham. Let him be the starter. All of a sudden, it doesn't make sense that Doyen Malen had to leave that team, because I mean he's gone to Roma now and he's scoring goals.
Yes, he's had a fantastic start to life in Italy. And to be honest, in terms of even his consistency, I think it's more of the same problem. They've got Buendia, who is either struggling with injury, or when he comes, he does his thing, but not particularly consistent. Same as Leon Bailey, and I think I just probably think he should have thought of that in terms of keeping the squad together for a bigger squad for them to at least try to run off the season. But they've made questionable decisions most times in recruitment and even letting go of players. But I think for me, it's just Una likes to play with a specific number of players who he knows he can bank on. So I think that's just maybe one of the few sides you feel downsides of Unai Emery, because at that point in time where even the likes of what's his name now, the guy who went to Al Nassr and Fenerbahce,
John Duran. I felt he would have probably tried to keep him. Yes, the money was big, and maybe Aston Villa for what they are in terms of financial capabilities, maybe it made a lot of sense to sell it. But I thought you could have probably gotten another striker. They got Gersan. And then they let him go
to Crystal Palace. So I think
on loan.
On loan. So I think they've made a mess of the recruitment and even letting go of players. And I think maybe it's time. Maybe they didn't even prepare for this. But when you find yourself in such a position in January, I think it just makes sense to do a number of reinforcements and try to see how it goes for you. So I think it's a mistake from not just even Unai Emery. Again, I think it's also from the board. If they had come together to try to plan the season, at least the rest of the season properly, I don't think they would be having this problem. They would not be suffering from multiple guys having to lose form, and then they'll be looking at where to get the inspiration from. So I think they've been basically the architects of their own problems.
Okay, of course, let's see how they get themselves out of this situation. Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah.
Good afternoon.
Victor.
Yes, welcome.
Yeah, good afternoon, Joseph.
Good afternoon to you.
Hello.
Yes, go on. We can hear you.
Yeah.
Hello?
The issue is the topic of us.
Yes.
Villa.
Yes.
What have to issue the
Ooh. We're having difficulty hearing you, unfortunately. Your line is not clear. Let's see, of course, if you can reach us again. Yes, call us back and we'll see if it will be clearer this time. But there's been a quick substitution for Arsenal. Yes, Pierre Nkapie has come on for Leandro Trossard, who looks an injury concern for the Gunners. He's been substituted, and it gives room for Pierre Nkapie to come into this team. For the Gunners right now in this game. Of course, I can tell you that for certain. Getting closer to the first 45, and yes, it has changed. Noni Madueke has put Arsenal ahead in the game. Yes, Noni Madueke has put Arsenal ahead, first from a shot outside the box, which the goalkeeper parried onto the path of Gabriel Martinelli. And yes, Martinelli returned the pass to Noni Madueke, who took it once again. And this time, stretching the goalkeeper, finding the back of the net. So Arsenal lead 1-0, 41 minutes on the clock in the game against Mansfield. I was just also updating you to let you know that Leandro Trossard has been substituted. At this point in time, we cannot be sure. But let's wait, of course. There'll be a lot to talk about. And even after the game, the coach We'll probably give a further updates on that one. In the Chinese Super League, Yunnan Yukun lead 3-1 against Qingdao. And Shanghai Porter pulled one back against Henan. Yes, Henan Longmen in that game. In the championship, it is Blackburn 0, Portsmouth 0. Hull City against Millwall, it is 1-1 in that game. And some games, of course, are taking place in the Women's World Cup qualifiers. England lead 1-0 against Iceland women. And I can tell you that Finland women lead against the Latvia women 1-0. Bosnia and Herzegovina women lead against Liechtenstein women 10-1. Cyprus women trail at home to Romania women 2-0. And Madueke, of course, just gave away another chance. Could have easily been 2-0 in that game. Drita lead 2-0 in the Superliga. Yes, in Kosovo. And I can tell you that Aktob lead against Tobol 1-0. Guagav please against Grubina in Latvia. It is goalless at halftime. Kono Zagaris lead 2-1, coming from a goal down in the game against Zuzak Telsai. Penivers lead against Hagelman 1-0. Suduva lead against Chance Invest 1-0 as well. Yes, games across all the centers. Metaloglobos Bucharest lead 1 against Uta Arad. And I can tell you that Lion City lead against Geylan by 2-0. Yes, in the Singaporean top flight. Miyabi lead against Venamo 1-0. Yes, in the Svenska Cupen. Hammarby lead 3-0 against Ostar. It's halftime in that game. Brash against Orebro. Brash lead by 1-0. And Kalmar trail 1-0 against the Ogreite. Results of games across all the centers coming in at this point in time. As the action continues, I can tell you that Hull City have made it 2-1 against Millwall. Yes, it is 2-1 in that game right now against Millwall. And 44 minutes on the clock. Mansfield 0, Arsenal 1. It's 2 o'clock sharp. And this is Football Live. In Turkey, yes, in Turkey, the game between Başakşehir and Göztepe has kicked off also. Yes, the very first minute of it. Van lost their game to Ararat Yerevan by 2-1. In situations where you are in a lot of competitions like this, Joseph, you want to manage things as best as possible. It would be good for you not to oversearch yourself, like we see the Arsenal guys are trying to take it easy, not to overstretch themselves. Trossard is a concern. He's been substituted already. You'll probably be thinking in the lineup that you wanted to keep a guy like Nkapi fresh, but he's already had to come in from the first half to replace Leandro Trossard. In a game of this nature, maybe, just maybe, you need to. It is advantage Arsenal because they lead by 1-0 in this game. But what will happen if? What would have been the ideal case for them? Put the game out of sight so that you can give the guys the rest they deserve ahead of the Champions League game.
Yeah, I think that would have been the best case scenario. The fact that they've allowed this game to linger so long. Yes, I think. If you had scored 2-3 goals, I think you would have just try to
manage it.
Yes, pass the ball around, try to whatever comes next. Because yes, the Mansfield Town's players would have been psychologically defeated. Yes, they play in front of their home fans. I think at that point in time, it's just to enjoy what has been a really good season. I mean, a really good campaign for them, and try to give their fans.
From here is the quarterfinals.
Yes, I mean they're even in the quarterfinals is straight into the round of the semis, and I think going by how they've started, I think it's giving them a little bit of pressure. And now Nkapie means I mean, he's been playing a lot of games lately, so it means across the back line, maybe the likes of Mosquera and they'll still be fresh because not so many games they've been playing. But the truth is, the reason why they are down this way is because they've not taken better initiative and tried to.
It boils down to quality then.
Yes, I think down to quality.
Yeah, I think the Premier League against a League 2 side. Yes, golfing quality, no doubt.
Yes, that's the truth. But we've also seen. I mean, we talked about Grimsby Town.
Macclesfield, who knocked out defending champions.
Yes, there's been a lot of upsets this season, and to be honest, I thought okay, maybe the way it started, this team should not be having any problem. In fact, probably you're gonna have more of the younger guys available. So when you must have won the game in the first half by say 2 goals, 3 goals, you would have no problem removing some of the big stars that they've been playing in the first half, and then running the game out with the academy boys. But the reason why is here once again, I believe, or I agree with you, that is that they've not taken enough initiative
to put the game out of sight.
Yes, and then just play the rest of the game without much stress and even concern. Because I've even seen Havertz play from the deep. So it means he's having to exert himself
drop
more,
deep, receive,
and run more. Maybe it's good for fitness because I mean it's just coming from injury and you need him to try to get all of those joints working again. But at some points it will be at the end of some of these big tackles, and then you have to worry against injuries once again. And for a player who has been out twice this season already, you want to be careful. So I think I agree with the fact that it's the reason why the injuries might even come in is because I mean they've not been able to take better charge, I would say, of this game so far and score goals.
Okay, yes, of course. Action in the La Liga has also kicked off. Osasuna against Real Mallorca. Action right there in that game. Let's also inform you that Hull City's second goal against Millwall has been ruled out. Yes, it's been ruled out already. So yes, it is 35 minutes and it is 1-1 in that game as far as this one is concerned. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I'm back again. My
Welcome.
name is Kete Kingsley, calling all the way from Anambra State.
Okay, let's hear you.
Barcelona striker.
Welcome.
Yeah. Good afternoon to you as well, Joseph.
Good afternoon.
Yeah. Just like I was saying before, maybe network or something. So, Aston Villa should focus on the Europa because Unai Emery is a master. He's a master when it comes to the Europa League. And if everything goes well, I think they may get the top 5 because since the Premiership have been giving 5 slots in the Champions League, I think you can still make that top 5. But it's not a good omen for them to be grinding down after a season brilliant when the season started and all that, where they've gotten themselves and they started grinding down, maybe injury or inconsistency or fatigue and stuff like that. But I think they had a brilliant season. So to focus on the Europa League if everything goes well. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you for that one. Of course, you found time to come back and made your point. Looking at the talking points that we have on the table. Edison says, good afternoon, Brula. My name is Engineer Dasko from Onitsha. I don't think it's a good idea for Aston Villa to focus on the Europa League because if they mistakenly get eliminated from the tournament, it will be a huge disaster for them. Thank you guys for the good job. I also think so. Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. How work now?
Work is good. How is yours?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
You can hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Go on.
Concerning Aston Villa, I like what they are doing. Understand? Because if you give the best chance to prove himself, he can do it. See Aston Villa, they give them a chance. I tell you, this is what we say this season, they don't make it. So you get start the score, they win games. So at least now, you could remember how the Sunderland started. I think the Sunderland says he led that guy top 4, top 5. The Sunderland messed up, do that. So good job for Aston Villa. Now, this is finished now. If they make some 5 or some 6, they will go again, and they will need to buy quality players again. Because I want Tottenham now. Tottenham they go down now. No big player can enter Tottenham again now because the team is messing up. So good job for Aston Villa and Unai Emery. Thank you.
All right, sir. Thank you so much for that one. The case of Tottenham is a very difficult one to discuss. I'll be honest with you. Hello there. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
Yes, welcome.
Your friend Odwayo.
Okay, Odwayo. It's been a while. How are you?
Oh, I travel enough.
Oh, good. Okay, welcome
Victor.
back. Yeah.
Victor.
Yeah.
The guy before the last, he called. They did not give EPF 5 slots. They give EPF 4 slots. If you enter semi-final for UCL, automatically you get 5 slots. So I'm correcting that guy. Good afternoon.
Odwayo, that's not the case. That's not the case. EPL currently has that coefficient already, so you may not exactly need to reinforce it this year. It is for the Italian teams now that a lot of them are now dropping out. Theirs is now being reduced to 4. It would have been 5 this season with a team reaching the final last year, but now it's dropping to 4. Okay, for England, I'm not sure they've touched it, but I'll check again. I mean, England still maintain 5. Yeah, they still maintain 5. Okay, yes, and that's the case right now as far as this particular one is concerned. Maybe one more, of course, and then we can switch gears and bring you more talking points on Football Live. Hello, good afternoon. Sports Radio Brila FM, and yes, the action continues right here. Let's, of course, check out one more, and we have them talking points. Yes, we always have exciting things to talk about on the show, and yes, once again, let's go to one of those and take a look at what the talk is about as the action continues right here on Football Live. Now, Paris Saint-Germain dropped points in the Ligue 1 title race after losing a 3-1 at home to a sleek Monaco side on Friday. Leaders PSG's 4th league defeat of the campaign could have been heavier, and rivals Lens can of course move within 1 point at the top of the table, beating rock bottom Metz on Sunday. Live wire winger, Aklish opened the scoring for Monaco, and American forward Folarin Balogun sealed the win with a deflected strike in the 73rd minute. Monaco beat a PSG 1-0 in the league in September and has taken the lead in all 4 of the games against them this season, including the back-to-back round of playoffs game in the Champions League. Yes, PSG hosted Chelsea in the first leg of the Champions League last 16 on Wednesday. Has Monaco exposed this PSG side? Do you see Chelsea knocking them out of the UCL round of 16? Joseph, let's start with you.
I honestly think Chelsea have a very good chance of knocking them out. It has not exactly been a smooth season for them. Yes, they are holding a very healthy lead in the gun, but
it could be reduced to 1 point by this weekend.
Yes, but the truth is, with how they've played so far this season, they've been less than convincing. In fact, plenty of the games they've won, it's not as if they are losing games for fun or whatnot, but I think this season has particularly not been very smooth for them. Even the way they started, and of course, many of their guys are, out injured in Dembele, some of them coming back. And but generally, you look at a side like PSG, yes, good manager, but most of the articles they have in terms of the players, Desiree Doué, the Bradley Bacolas, you understand that they are young boys, and so many mistakes will be expected from of them, for them to try to grow. And you look at how dependent PSG have been on these guys for a long time. Maybe you look at it from that angle, okay. It is probably expected, and probably the leeway that they have is because not so much of spotlight is on them in Ligue 1, and of course you compare the quality of the teams against the other main guys in Europe, not exactly the same thing. So you would understand, but when they have to play against their peers in European competitions, they struggle to qualify from the group phase, the league phase of the Champions League. And they had to do the extra work. In fact, they were barely going through. They were almost knocked out by the same Monaco team. when they play the playoffs. And you look at all of these things.
Monaco had red cards in both games.
Yes. So
over 2 legs.
Yes. So you're looking at it and you're feeling okay. Chelsea on the other, you have whatever the reason you have not to.
Psychologically, the edge might be in Chelsea's favor, having beaten them at the FIFA Club World Cup July last year.
100%, and I think that was would I say a much more complete PSG side in terms of quality wise. And to be honest, Chelsea at this point in time, the results have been good. Few draws along the line, and also 3 times they've lost to Arsenal. But they are not as bad as you would expect for them not to compete favorably against PSG. And to be honest, looking at the body of work and the tape both of them have put together, I think I want to agree that Chelsea, I see Chelsea beating them, not just even over 1 leg. I think they are probably going to do it over the 2 legs. PSG have been less than inspiring this season.
Okay, of course, that's of course is our latest talking point on Football Live. And yes, has Monaco exposed this PSG side? And yes, do you think Chelsea can knock them out of the UEFA Champions League? They meet, of course, in a round of 16. And yes, let's get it started right here. Keep your messages coming in as well. And of course, 090404889 is where we take your messages. And yes, you can call the phone line 090401889. And let's hear from you on the show this afternoon. Basak Shahir have taken the lead against Göztepe inside the first 14 minutes of action right there in the Turkish Super League on Football Live. Let's take your thoughts. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, Victor.
Yes, good afternoon.
Yeah, I'm back again. That's Kingsley, Barcelona striker, calling all the way from Anambra State. On the topic on ground concerning PSG, whether they have a chance also. Hello?
Yes, go on.
Yeah. I think for Chelsea, it's all about the bragging rights to confirm their superiority over PSG. And for PSG, the coach and everybody, it's all about revenge. But if you ask me, it might be what I call deja vu for the Parisians. But I would have loved to see PSG pay them back in their own coin in the Champions League. But because they have a worrying and fumbling form this season at the league, it's not giving a good onion. It's not just hello.
Yeah, go on.
So it's not just about PSG that are fumbling in their league. They are fumbling. A lot of clubs are fumbling. That shows that the league is exciting and competitive this season. So if you ask me, PSG will still go ahead and win the league. But the main match is their match against Chelsea. But I don't see them going far in the Champions League, even if they might decision Chelsea in the Champions League. So if you ask me, the bragging rights for Chelsea and maybe deja vu, see the PSG has an edge. Definitely they have an edge. The Benzema and the rest of them all, I think it's about score to settle. So if you ask me, PSG, despite the loss to Monaco, it's not a hurry over. It's not yet over. Things are still going to be blossom again. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you for that one. Yes, of course. If there's any team you need to watch in terms of how they've handled this PSG side, it's got to be Monaco. I'm telling you. Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, Vicky, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
Yeah, this is Jaffa.
Welcome.
I greet you also. Yeah, I think the problem I have with PSG is not having a recognized striker. I think he has catch up with them. The coach does not trust Gonzalo Ramos. I don't know about Teddy Magulu though, but the coach does not trust Gonzalo. Bakola, who is always injury prone. Dembele has been in and out. Even in midfield, I've not seen Fabian Ruiz recently. Even João Neves. So injuries has come in. Also not having a striker also have affected this PSG team. Because imagine an Osimhen in this team. Or maybe Benjamin Sesko in this team. Or even your Gyökeres in this team. I think they'll be better than what they are doing right now. Because Chelsea has the grace. The problem is Chelsea too are a useless team. That's just the problem. If you think PSG are terrible, I don't think Chelsea can take advantage. This is Chelsea I saw against Burnley and Leeds and against Arsenal anyway in the Carling Cup. So I think that's where the problem is. You don't trust PSG But can Chelsea do the job? You know, Chelsea are not like Monaco. Monaco comes with the grit, with the familiarity, and because we play in the same league and all that thing. So I just think that in over 2 legs, I think it passed the Prince.
Okay.
It passed the Prince. I think there was probably thought that I think PSG will still be better. As Stamford Bridge also, I also don't trust that Chelsea defense to PSG. I think PSG will knock them. Maybe winning the Champions League may be an upset. Maybe the problem that PSG has. But I think they will beat Chelsea. In over 2 legs, I think they will knock out Chelsea. But I think key thing for me for Luis Enrique, go and get the striker. Go and get the striker.
Unfortunately,
Bacola, Dewey, those guys have done their bit. Go and get the striker. Thank you.
Okay, that will be in the summer. I mean, nobody signs a striker in March and expect that the striker is going to power you over the line. Trust me, you can't do that. Mansfield had 11 shots against Arsenal in the first half. Most of the Gunners, yes, the most they have faced in 45 minutes in all competitions this season. In fact, since April 2022, all 11 were against Man United in the Premier League. Noni Madueke's striker was Arsenal's 100th goal of the season in all competitions. The goals have been scored by 19 different players. The Gunners reached a total of 100 on the 20th of April last season, which of course show how freely they have scored across the 4 competitions they are in. Second half, of course, about to get started. Mansfield bringing on Will Evans for Tyler Roberts at the start of the second half. It's game on right there. Mansfield 0, Arsenal 1, action in the FA Cup. We're talking PSG, and yes, of course, let's get right into it. Do you think Monaco have exposed this PSG in a way that Chelsea can take advantage? Do you see Chelsea knocking them out now in the UEFA Champions League? Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, Victor and Joseph.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. My game today is this afternoon.
Okay, welcome.
Listen, Joseph Angaya and Tristan Mosquera and Dr. Carafiori, they played the game because I don't know the lineup. I just changed my just now.
We've given the lineup, you missed out on it.
Gonna play Champions League, please. I don't know, please tell me.
Okay, thank you. Please, let's focus on what we're dealing with right now. If you are an Arsenal fan, you should know the day your club is playing. You should know the day your club is playing. You cannot be asking us to tell you when your club is going to play. You are not a true fan. You're asking for lineup that we gave today on the show. You ask second half, start of the second half is when you want to know who made the lineup. This is not the time for that now. Transfer window don't close. Let's keep the conversation where it is and look at what we're looking at. Okay. Good afternoon. I am Prince. Yes, Prince Adegbola. He says, Chelsea cannot win, cannot and will not match up to PSG's strength. Should be a 2-legged tie. Trust me, PSG will beat Chelsea. The Monaco that beat PSG, can Chelsea beat them? Did Burnley and Leeds not take points from this Chelsea team in the EPL? Okay, well, big questions there. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
Joseph, good afternoon. My name is Steve.
Welcome. Okay.
It's funny how people just conclude on their own. See, this modern football, nothing is guaranteed. Nothing is guaranteed. So, I don't know, because Monaco beat Chelsea, how they beat PSG. Who knows whether PSG actually reserve some of the players because of the Champions League? And who says it's guaranteed because they did that they will beat Chelsea? It's not the same PSG that Chelsea beat for Bob Walker. So, like I said, nothing is guaranteed. Anybody can beat anybody. For those people that beat their chest, I think that the one that's going to play the match or they see tomorrow future, let them believe that PSG will beat Chelsea. Let them go and put all their life savings and bet on it that PSG will beat Chelsea until it happens. So I can't say for sure that the result is what I can predict. I can't predict the result. Anybody can beat anybody as long as team is that team. They are not playing in better division and they are in the same level. Anything that qualify at this level can win the trophy. Thank you.
I can understand you trying to play it safe. But those who come out to say that this is going to be the outcome of the game, it's not because they are drawing conclusions. But I can understand you trying to play it safe to say you cannot tell where it's going to go. I mean, nobody has been to the future to tell where it's going to go. But that's why, with the evidence available to us, whether form, whether goals, whatever the two teams are doing, whether head-to-head or whatever parameters you want to apply in this case, use that as your yardstick to analyze if you think it will go that way or if you think it will go the other way. It's just simply what we're talking about. And of course, Mansfield have equalized against Arsenal. Yes, it is 1-1. The scoreline right there. And yes, it is 1-1. Mansfield are pulled level in the 50th minute. It is Mansfield 1, Arsenal 1. Action, of course, in the FA Cup. Never say never. I mean, these teams, especially in competitions of this nature like the FA Cup, you'd expect that these things will happen. I mean, you want to look at it and say, oh, the youngster made a mistake. But yeah, you knew you were bringing on a youngster. And so, I mean, the pass was not, didn't get to the player. Well, these are things you take as part of the risk when you're bringing on youngsters.
Yeah, but I felt Mosquera could have done better in terms of going tight on the man. Not to say it allowed him so much, but I thought he could have done better, before the problem could have, the majority of the deed has been done ever since, Salmon took that pass and it wasn't, able to connect with Mosquera. But I thought, before the problem, possibly take one for the team. Although that could mean getting a red card.
That could mean getting injured too.
Yeah, injured too. But I thought if he had, done more, the first instance, he took the first touch on the ball, go really tight on him, try to, destabilize him, enough not to, warrant a yellow card or a red. I think all of this could have been avoided. Mosquera again, yeah, Salmon is the young guy, but Mosquera, a little of the experience he's had, should know that you are going to get some of these. Probably be better prepared for things like this. But I think this goal gives Mansfield something to believe in.
Yeah.
And it's quite dangerous for Arsenal because now the adrenaline continues to pump. For Mansfield, they go into more tackles because they believe one more break and we can actually break down Arsenal. And again, it's just, I don't know. It's just bad the way Arsenal have done this game so far. Let's see how it goes. I think in the next couple of minutes, if Arsenal don't find a way back, we might just be looking at
okay. Mosquera was backtracking. There was no way he would have forced himself to come forward. He probably will get injured.
I mean, when the ball was approaching the...
he was backtracking. Because he was expecting the pass to get to him. And then the pass stopped midway. Well, if he had tried to... Locomotive. No go fit.
Anyway, they found themselves here. And again, it gives... Mansfield something to hope about.
Yeah, definitely.
If they'll be able to get a killer instinct and maybe go one better than Arsenal, but that would also mean Arsenal at least trying better in the final third. I've not been impressed with how they've gone about the game, especially in the attacking.
Too many touches in that area.
Yes, and they've not been very Arsenal-like in being clinical. But maybe they, correct their errors and, give the fans something to cheer about. But let's see how it goes in the next couple minutes.
Okay, let's, of course, see how it goes. Action right here on your Champions Now. Yes, it is Football Live, and I can tell you it is 53 minutes, and it is 1-1 in the FA Cup between Mansfield and Arsenal. Yes, we're still talking PSG and looking at, if Monaco has exposed them this season to a point where you feel Chelsea can take advantage and probably knock them out of the competition. Chelsea, I think Monaco's provided a lot of expo for Chelsea to want to take advantage of. But let's hear from you as the action continues right here. Yes, do you think Chelsea can stop these PSG side with what we've seen, especially last night. 3-1 it ended in favor of Monaco. Hello.
Vicky Buchanan.
Good afternoon.
Vicky, long time.
I do.
I don't want to ask where my Vicky now, where Vicky Buchanan. As I hear your voice this afternoon, so well, I don't all the time. I won't ask. I always forget. I need to talk.
You sound like say I travel. I did it every day now. You know day now.
Vicky?
I did hear you.
Yourself, I agree to.
I agree to you. Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon. Vicky, the case of Chelsea, PSG, right? Yeah, Vicky?
Yes, go on.
Okay. Who think they cannot do it now? They've done it before and they can do it again. We saw we seen this PSG side taking by Chelsea World Club this in football happened last time. We saw what Chelsea really played them, did with them, played them very, very well. So which Chelsea cannot do it again now? Chelsea can do it. They can even do it, and I'm not a Chelsea fan, but this PSG side, they can do and do again. They can even do it. I'm telling you the truth. And with the coach, with this present coach that have gotten that experience, played against this PSG side in France, from Strasbourg, and we will see what Strasbourg can do, what they are capable of doing, the good football they played and everything. Well, let's see what they will do. But I have the feeling that they can take out this PSG side. They've done it before, and they can do it again. I'm telling you, this PSG, Chelsea can withstand their toe-to-toe. Chelsea can even take their house. We saw what the Chelsea did today in World Club football now. And we see this Chelsea side with us playing against Aston Villa. We saw what they did when they mean the business and writing them off. And so I don't see PSG headache or any big thing to Chelsea. I'm not a Chelsea fan, but I don't say that they can do it against PSG.
All right. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Thanks for your contribution on the show this afternoon. Yes, can Chelsea stop this PSG side? In the 4 legs Monaco played against them, or have played against them this season, Monaco led first. I think there are a lot of lessons we can draw from here when we're looking at what Chelsea can possibly do about this game, or do going into this game. Liam Rosinho has also been in the French League 1. You should have an idea of the side he's up against. As Monaco exposed this PSG side for Chelsea to be able to take advantage. Hello, good afternoon. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, to be frank and sincere.
What's your name?
You said this is Comrade Awana Moses calling from Masaba.
Okay.
Yeah, you said it all. Monaco has already shown a lot of people how to beat PSG so far this season. I think this season Monaco has played them 4 times, if I'm not mistaken.
1-2 in the league.
They made it the 4th time they played PSG this season. All those games, Monaco scored about 2 goals against PSG. So definitely, it's an eye-opener for Chelsea and there are ways to beat them. Just through that weakness that Monaco have shown to everybody of recent. So definitely, Chelsea has a chance over PSG coming this week. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for that one. 32 minutes, Basak Shahir still lead against Gostep 1-0. 58 minutes, Mansfield 1, Arsenal 1, FA Cup action. You know those competitions where you play and everybody thinks, oh, there's no pressure on you because you are a small side, and then you start doing well, belief starts growing, confidence starts coming in, and then the pressure comes in equally. If you're able to stand it, advantage you, but if not, there's still some 31 minutes to play as far as this one is concerned. Maybe, of course, Arsenal should consider bringing in some guys off the bench? Joseph?
Yeah, the main guys, Victor Gyökeres, because there's a lack of directness,
physical presence,
yes,
in the box.
In that box, and I think it does a lot because I feel like Mansfield have gotten comfortable with defending against Arsenal. Not so much pressure against them. They take things easy, even counter attacks. They try to build from the back, and I think it's. I don't know, for lack of a better word, maybe disrespectful to what Arsenal should be so far in this game. And again, I think I'm not sure about the body language from even the Gunners. There's not much urgency. Yes, they get breaks, but so far they just lack that killer instinct in front of, again, in the offensive stuff. So I think it makes every sense, except if they will just want the game to go unnecessarily beyond what they can handle. But again, I think that's just what they need to do before everything turns on its head.
What's the worst thing that can happen? Let this game go into extra time?
Yes. By that time...
For a side that has Champions League to play.
Yes. And then you have to struggle with, you have to protect them from injury. Bear it in mind that although Mansfield will probably feel hard done by, they had the penalty shout. There's no VAR. If that could have been a big problem for Arsenal. And I think the moment Arsenal somehow don't win this game in the 90 minutes, I think it's a big problem. These guys don't have anything to lose. But worst case scenario, they go back to Ligue 1, probably live off of the momentum, and what next? Probably nothing. They are not fighting for the title. So, but this is everything they can give into. Imagine go to FA Cup, do the Wigan, and qualify for Europa League from there. This is their dream. So I think Arsenal have to, up the ante and take this game beyond doubt. I think the further it goes, the more dangerous it becomes for them.
Okay, let's of course see 61 minutes in that game right now, and yes, it is 1-1. The score line, but yes, I can tell you that the preparing guys on the bench, Eberechi Eze, Jurriën Timber, looks like okay. These are the first two that probably will come in first. 5 substitutions are available. They've made one with Trossard already, being replaced by Hinkapie in this game. So yes, let's see what this will definitely look like. They're winning all the aerial balls, by the way. And yes, talking about Mansfield. Let's go and take more calls. Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Hello, Vicky.
Yes, good afternoon to you.
Yeah, it's Nico from Brazil.
Sorry?
Nico from Anambra State.
Okay, Nico.
Yeah. I've had this huge game, man. That game. I'm thinking in that game. For the first leg.
Okay. Nico, sound like you're talking on radio now. Why are you taking it easy as if listen? They toast person. Nico, be at your best now. You're talking on radio, everyone is listening to you, you're whispering. But yes, get back and let us know. So yes, the young star Salmon has been substituted, and it looks like Kai Havertz makes way for Eberechi Eze, and Jurriën Timber comes in replacing the young star in this game. They themselves, talking about Mansfield, have also made some changes in the game as well. Let's see, of course, they have made changes in this particular fixture, and I can tell you, yes, it is 1-1 the scoreline. It was the man who came off the bench, by the way. Yes, Evan was the man who scored for the side. Eberechi Eze replaces Kai Havertz, and Malon Salmon, Mali Salmon gets replaced by Jurriën Timber. I can tell you also that Luis has come on in to replace Abbott in that defense for Mansfield in this game. So yes, it is still 1-1 the scoreline, and 63 minutes of the game right now. Both teams definitely giving it a push. Mansfield, of course, have been the hungrier of the two, who are definitely pushing for everything right now. And let's see where it goes. But definitely, it is 63 minutes at this point in time, and it is 1-1 the scoreline. And I think situations where these guys are waiting for the whistle to be blown just because you felt somebody was behind you or somebody was playing against you one way or the other, you will have to cut out all of that. Do what you have to do and win the contests. Don't be waiting for somebody to blow the whistle. Again, worried for some of the big guys because Max Darman, who's a young star in the team, makes better decisions for the entire in the entire front line than the whole guys are doing. But Mansfield, of course, are keeping themselves in the game as much as possible. Just further updates from that one.
Yeah, Arsenal had the fast break led by Noni Madueke. In fact, they went 5-2, and just on the line, Max Darman pulled a reverse into the path of Gabriel Jesus, but it was cleared in the last minutes by Noel. Yes, Noel is the man who was cleared off the line, and Arsenal will be feeling okay. Yeah, we have something against them, and probably give them a little bit of that pressure. But it remains 1-1. Arsenal could have gone just one better. They had 5 men against 2 defenders, and they would have expected that would have put this one away. But for the brilliant thinking and defending of a last gasp defensive action from Noel.
Okay, of course, let's let you know that Mallorca have also taken the lead. Yes, in the game against Osasuna. Yes, Real Mallorca have taken the lead in that game right now. So it is 1-0 action in the La Liga. 36 minutes on the clock. It is 1-0 in favor of the away side in this game. Mansfield, of course, getting in on the other end, attacking Arsenal. And that guy almost pulled it off. Yes, it would have been a good goal, but stretching, not getting to the end of it in that one. Arsenal, of course, also lucky right there.
Yeah, a cleaner touch would have actually, possibly resulted to a goal. A flick on from the supporting attacker was all that was needed for him to, get into that zone, for him to put the ball at the back of the net. But it was just not clean enough for him to disturb Kepa, so no problems for Kepa for that one. But again, they are growing in belief, and it seems all of their counter-attacks are resulting to something nice. And the more they do this, the better they believe that we'll eventually get a goal against Arsenal.
Okay, let's see, of course, if that works. Let's let you know that Gostep have also equalized against Besiktas. It is 1-1 in that game. 40 minutes on the clock. Yes, 1-1 is the scoreline right there. Gostep pulling level against Besiktas in the Turkish Super League action coming in right here on Football Live. Yes, we're still serving you all of it and bringing you the major happenings across all the games as it goes down. And yes, of course, Eberechi Eze with a thunderbolt on the edge of the area has put Arsenal back in front. I think they just needed a guy who would make better decisions in front of goal, a guy who can go for the goal. A lot of times you find Kai Havertz, though he relishes the physical combat, but he doesn't give you that deft touch that he needs. Eberechi Eze, of course, has just been able to rifle that one in, especially also looking at the fact that they sit a lot of guys at the back. You just need a guy like Eze who can wriggle, a maverick who can shoot to 2, and these are the kind of players you want to use in breaking low blocks. And in that situation, he's been able to bail them out. Arsenal lead 2-1, 67 minutes on the clock in the game right now. It opens up once again, and maybe, just maybe, if these guys are going to counter-attack Arsenal, they might leave themselves exposed. Joseph.
Yeah, 100%. And I think Arsenal can, maybe not feel relaxed because these guys.
It's not over.
It's not over. And again, just as you said the other time, Max Darman seems to be the guy who makes all the good decisions. And I think he deserves a lot of flowers because he basically jinxed past 2 defenders with the body feint before getting the ball to Eberechi Eze, who beats another 2 defenders to be able to get that shot away. So I think that is particularly, if I were to be Arteta, I mean, 100% Saka will be a magnet in bigger games. But I'm looking at Darman. He's been making all the good decisions, and of course, he's also had a very good chemistry. So far, he's coming since Eberechi has come in against teams with low blocks. I told you, just 2 of them were able to beat 4 defenders from Mansfield. So it means these guys obviously have, maybe Odegaard will not give you such that. Odegaard will just be able to give you, create a little bit of space, but again, driving the ball away. But there's something in front of, Darman is looking at, okay, there's a possibility of a goal here. I would go right for the, right forward.
He's never scared about taking you on.
Yes, 100%. So I think this is probably a good discovery for Arteta. Again, Max Taumann, you can talk about his age and whether it's ready, but I think sometimes it could be the extra thing he has for us. That Eberechi is not always going to be the lone man who would do all of the work, trying to regular defenses. But I think for me, Max Taumann has done himself a world of good in trying to convince that, okay, I'm good enough to do well in some of these games. So for me, yes, a majority of how they play. I don't know if Gyökeres would eventually come in to try to add more physicality and even more directness in front of goal. But I think it's good that Max Taumann, Arteta at least keeps him until the very end of this game.
I think he's young. He would. I mean, young guys at 16 cannot burn out.
Yes.
You just want to do 90 minutes and then you rest until
until the next time. So yes.
I think it will not be a bad idea to keep the kid on the pitch. Let's see what happens. Again, he also needs to prove his inclusion on why he should be a part of the side on a consistent basis. Well, let's see. He's made better decisions than the likes of Martinelli in this game, at least on the evidence of what we have seen so far. But let's see how that goes and how it will be looking. But yes, it's also been a bit of a physical combat as the tackles are also flying. Nkapie thought he should have got a yellow there, but it is Calafiori who protested against the referee, who gets booked in the game against the side. So yes, it is 2-1 the scoreline, but that was a physical one. Ankles almost twisting there, but yes, the decision went against Arsenal. But yes, you will not say the guys are not putting in a fight. Talking about Mansfield, yes, they are putting in a lot of the fights in this game and trying their possible best to frustrate their guests in this fixture. Ricardo Calafiori picks up a yellow card, and Mansfield, of course, will get a chance at a free kick to take it towards the Arsenal goal. I can tell you also that action is going down elsewhere, and it is Lincoln who have taken the lead ahead of Cardiff City. Yes, in League One. A place for promotion. Lincoln, of course, they go ahead. Yes, they go top by this lead in this fixture. Yes, they go top by this lead in this game because, of course, it is in their favor. They were trailing coming into this game. They were trailing Cardiff City. They were leading Cardiff City by a point, and now they go top. No, they were trailing Cardiff City by a point, and now they go top by 2 points. Yes, they go top by 2 points, and that is the story right now. They lead by 1-0, 56 minutes on the clock, and that is what is happening right now. Mansfield themselves also putting in all the work, but yes, they've housed the pressure a bit in the Arsenal backline, but I can tell you that Kepa has eased the pressure of the Arsenal backline, grabbing the ball and then trying to find the build-up. If you cannot score more goals, maybe, of course, you want to use your quality to just keep possession as much as possible, and you probably want to force the guys to come. I mean, Mansfield might be looking at a situation where they will have to commit more than 3 guys into the first line of press. If they do that, they probably leave themselves a bit exposed, light in midfield, and then that is if the fullbacks don't push up. I mean, you don't expect a lot of this tactical masterclass at League One level, but it is looking good, no doubt about that. And as far as this one is concerned, yes, Mansfield still pretty much in this game, and 2-1 is not such a scoreline that is out of sight. So yes, they could still make it happen for themselves in this particular game. Might we see Bukayo Saka in this game? 73 minutes on the clock, and it is Mansfield 1, Arsenal 2 action in the English FA Cup right there, and that I can tell you for certain is the scoreline right now in this game. Mansfield, of course, asking all the questions. They are definitely doing that, and then they have a throw-in as not so far from the Arsenal goal. Across all the other grounds, yes, good step against Başakşehir. It is 1-1 in that game, and yes, that's the scoreline in Bulgaria. September Sofia trail by 1-0 to Keno Moore in another game right there. And I can tell you also that there are other fixtures taking place. Blackburn Rovers against Portsmouth is goalless after an hour gone in that game. it is 0-0. And Hull City against Millwall, it is 1-1 in that game. Grimsby against Bromby, yes, in League 2, it is 1-1. And Salford lead in their own game. Yes, they lead by 2-0 against Barnet. Action coming from League 2 right there. In Estonia, yes, Pride have just taken the lead against Panu Vapros in that game. Yes, Pride, of course, did so well last season, and looks like they've continued from where they left off in this same season. Loma against Anonsi. Yes, Loma have just made it a 3-0 in the game against Anonsi. And Troyes against Clermont. Yes, it is goalless in that game. Of course, in Ligue 2, Darmstadt lead 2-0 against Hostel Kiel. Hostel Kiel had a player sent off in that game, and I can also tell you Berechese has picked up a yellow card in that game. Nuremberg against Düsseldorf. Düsseldorf lead 1-0, 89 minutes in that game. Paderborn against Braunschweig. Braunschweig are one man down, but they lead by 1-0 in the game against Paderborn. 89 minutes on the clock right there as well. Okay, yes, these of course are the results from all the grounds. Akto lead 4-1 against Tobol in that fixture, of course, in Kazakhstan. Tobol are one man down. And Joseph, it looks like there's an injury concern as well. Ricardo Calafiori has gone down for Arsenal.
Well, he's had to do all of the running today, and it looks like more bodies. Remember, one happened already in this game.
Miles Lewis Kelly, of course, suspended for this game. Accumulation of yellow cards, cannot play in this game.
So, Arteta has to. I don't know. It looks really, really bad, because I'm looking at the. No contact.
Yeah, but it happens. It looks like it's muscle related. I mean, you arc your body like that and clear a ball. You can expect things like this.
I probably want to switch formation now to allow him off, and then just manage to play out the game. Lewis Kelly is off, okay.
But I think it looks precautionary.
Yes,
it looks precautionary.
Yes, I think he has to.
He's walking off, and it looks precautionary. So
with Saliba off, Ben White also off.
Bukayo Saka is about to come in, and then there's another youngster, Dixon. He's also about to come onto the pitch. Yes, I think he was signed from Stoke City during the last transfer window. Plays for the under-21. He plays anywhere across the back line.
Okay.
Bukayo Saka has also come on in to replace Max Daumann, who's had a good game, and Dixon has come on for Noni Madueke as well in this game. Dixon coming on for Calafiori, of course, has gone off the pitch, but Jaden Dixon has come on to replace Noni Madueke, while of course Saka replaces Max Daumann in this game.
It's good to be brave, but at this stage where I feel that Arteta is, I'll be erring on side of caution.
Okay, Madueke is still on the pitch actually.
I don't care whatever.
So it's Calafiori who gets substituted.
Yeah, I don't care whatever you still have to play. Saka is absolutely not coming on. But let's see how it goes. I just hope that no more injuries come to Arsenal, particularly from this game, because it's been getting more physical over the past 10-15 minutes thereabouts. And I don't want to risk that for anything. I've got Champions League to play. I've got the Carabao Cup to play. I've got I'm still active in every front. Imagine going through now in the FA Cup and having to have like 2-3 players off injured as well, especially really important guys. I don't want to take that risk.
Okay, let's see how much of a risk you are taking. 12 minutes of normal time left in this game, and Mansfield are definitely still attacking and going for it as far as this one is concerned in this game. It's halftime. Osasuna 0. Yes, Mallorca 1. Action, of course, right there. Yes, it is Osasuna against Mallorca, and it is 1-0. It's halftime in that game. It's also halftime. Besiktas against Gostep. It is 1-1. And yes, action, of course, coming in from that side. Let's take some comment on WhatsApp on the show. Greetings, brother. Yes, Engineer Danso from Onitsha. Dasco, I beg your pardon, from Onitsha. The Chelsea chairman. He says, I think the reason PSG lost that game against Monaco is because of the game against Chelsea in the UCL. He says, I believe if they haven't set their focus on that game against Chelsea, they should have beaten Monaco mercilessly. Trust me, in the 2 league games they played against Monaco this season, they've lost those games. It's only in the Champions League that PSG turned up, and Monaco had red cards, so they can have something to hide behind to say this is why we didn't win. But no matter what they do, we are going to beat them on Wednesday. And as for the league, we will still win. Yes, they will still win Ligue 1 after being eliminated from the UCL by my darling Chelsea. Okay. Thank you for that one. This one says, good day VQ and my fellow United fan Joe Wilson again. Honestly, saying Chelsea can usurp a PSG is laughable. With which Chelsea the one use beat them? With which players the one use beat them? Talking about Monaco, what is not this same Monaco? Was it not this same Monaco that PSG knocked out from the league from 2 goals down, from the Champions League with 2 goals down? It'd be like say this small win with Chelsea managed beat Aston Villa. This Aston Villa side, we don't they make them they think say there's a big play ball. I can't wait to see how PSG will disgrace them. Thanks guys. Okay, that of course is from you this afternoon on the show. Yes, your contribution, talking about this contribution coming in from Joe. Let's take this on. No, not Joe is not your name. Wilson is your name. This one here says, good afternoon and happy weekend, guys. Thanks for the non-stop updates. Yes, Casey from First Stack Extension. Chelsea presently have a competitive advantage over PSG. If Chelsea can put their house in order, they will go through against PSG. It might not be a win over both legs, but at least by aggregate, Chelsea should make it, and they've done it before with a better PSG side. So it is time to do it again. Okay. Let's see. And it's still Mansfield 1, Arsenal 2, 81 minutes on the clock. And the Mansfield player have actually picked up, 2 players actually have picked up yellow cards back-to-back in this game. I did advise you guys this morning to say go for Mansfield over 2.5 corners. It was 2 odds for them to get over 2.5 corners. Wow. They have 4 corners right now.
That's even generous.
Yes.
2 odds for over 2.5
yes,
corners.
Because Arsenal to win this game was like 1.09 on some bookmakers platform. And I saw the corner markets. I saw over 2.5 corners for Mansfield, and it was like 2 odds. I'm like, go there. Now they have 4 corners in this game, and they are bringing on more players just to try, of course, to put in the pressure in the final minutes of the game. Yes, go hard or go home moment in this particular one. I think Arsenal are leaving dangerously. If they don't score here to put this game out of sight, a 1-0 scoreline might just be enough for Mansfield to think they have a chance and then nick something and take this game into extra time, Joseph.
Yeah, they are going more in belief, as I said earlier, and in fact, majority of that, there's basically nobody still beyond the center circle for them. Everybody's basically up and trying to, put so much pressure on Arsenal, which I find a little concerning for Arsenal, by the way, because at this stage of the game, you're supposed to be running things down, taking them, apart with the passes and, just calming the game. But it seems, Arsenal are trying as much as possible not to, get into that zone of, okay, maybe this is where we're beginning to feel a lot of pressure. But there's something going on for Mansfield that I'm quite impressed with. The fact that they press well and they win the balls well, the first balls, the second ball, they've been trying very well. But you can also say, looking at the texture and the quality of the pitch, they are more used to that, and maybe it's one factor that Arsenal would say, okay, we've had to work extra hard, to even play this game to start with. So for me, I think Arsenal should trust her as much as possible. They've been trying to do that in the past 5 minutes, but it's important that they don't go for those long balls, because those long balls, I think about 85% from my mental calculations, they've lost them based on the first balls, and if they don't try,
there's hardly any physicality up top, so you can expect that they won't have all of that advantage going into the game. Okay, let's see how that goes. Of course, almost a 3-1 there for Bukayo Saka, but the goalkeeper got a big leg to it and was just able to keep it out of play.
He didn't make up his mind.
Yeah, I guess he probably was waiting for a late run from the other end, and none of those guys moved, especially Martinelli. That didn't happen. And it turned out that it was a good block from the goalkeeper to keep his side in the game as much as possible. 83 minutes, yes, 2-1 the scoreline in that game. And I can tell you that, yes, Gabriel Jesus is the one who's had the latest action inside the box. It's a shot off target, trying to, of course, find the back of the net. Maybe he should have made a better decision in that situation right there. But yes, he made one that he was comfortable with, but he went out of play. Let's let you know that Millwall have now taken the lead against Hull City. It is now 2-1. Yes, the away side are back in front in this game. Yes, they are back in front in this game. And it is Hull City, of course, who are now trailing at home. Liam Roberts, by the way, the goalkeeper of this Mansfield side, has made 5 saves today in this game. Guild Elch saves, of course, that probably should have put this game out of sight already. But yes, there's a reason why the goalkeeper alone uses his hands, of course, in a football situation. 090-41,889, 090-44,889. Yes, live action in the English FA Cup. Mansfield 1, Arsenal 2. And yes, we'll still have our talking points where we're looking at Chelsea's season. And if you think, yes, it could even get better if they get past PSG, who of course were beaten last night by Monaco. Yes, it is their second loss. They've committed 6 points to Monaco's season. And as it stands right now, Monaco might of course have shown the rest of the world how to get past this PSG side. So do you think Monaco have exposed this PSG side, and do you think Chelsea can take advantage of the game now against Monaco, against PSG in the UEFA Champions League, and go for the kill? Yes, do you think Chelsea can now do that and make it happen for themselves? 090-41,889, 090-44,889, and of course action continues right here, and we are still serving you all of it. And it is the 9 minutes of the game right now. Christian Nørgaard, as a lone DM in this game today, he's done a lot. He's been stretched. He's played with guys who are not ball winners, and that has sort of exposed the midfield a little.
Yeah, and the fact is also that he's had to protect some of these young guys. So much he has to do, and I think he's basically gone through it. He's even had to, switch in for defense. When Calafiori moves ahead, and I think he's done the dirty work quite nicely.
Our brother football he play, brother. When you have to mentor the kids while also playing and covering for them at the same time. Our brother ball with that now. Let's take some calls as Football Live continues right here. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
My name is Godwin.
Godwin, welcome.
I want to confirm which time Chelsea they play.
Chelsea will play. I would confirm the actual time. I know that their game is later today, but I'll confirm the actual time and let you know.
Okay, no problem.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you for that one, Joseph. Chelsea's game in the FA Cup. Yes, Chelsea will play at 6:45 against Wrexham. 6:45 against Wrexham. And Newcastle will play Manchester City at 9 p.m. 6:45 against Wrexham is when Chelsea will play their game this evening. Okay? Yes. Just letting you know that right here. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Okay. Probably should have said afternoon. Yeah? Maybe that confused you. Yeah? Okay. Hello, good afternoon.
Oh, that's Vicky.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, how are you?
Welcome, I'm fine, thank you.
Yeah, Joseph, I greet you.
I hear you, welcome.
But that's Vicky. I'm asking if Monaco have exposed PSG.
Yes.
Can I ask you one question? Anthony Joshua and Joseph will beat your son. If they fight every time, who will win?
That one, no, the logic no follow. The logic no follow. Joseph
okay,
is first things first, not
no,
the logic no. This
wait, make I tell you why.
Talk am now, talk am.
You know, Chelsea, when they talk about Chelsea for when we win our Club World Cup, PSG go destroy Chelsea. PSG go kill Chelsea.
Okay. You know they talk. You know they talk about the match. Wait. Talk about the match. Talk about what you think say go happen. Whether Chelsea go. Where you go? They pass inside bush.
You see this match? We know they need red card towards Champions League.
You get to.
Who be that?
Champions League. You never get red card this season.
No, as in now. We don't get anybody who they suspended against the next Champions League now.
Okay.
So our players are complete. So no problem. When you reach on Wednesday, we will do what we know how to do the best.
Okay.
And the last question, I will keep this question over 3 weeks now, never get to it. Now that's the issue. If somebody gets red card now in the Premier League, is he going to run in all competition or must he be all in that Premier League?
English competitions only.
What about European competition?
Now what for you? Now what for you? Now what for?
No, you know why I ask?
No, you no get reason. You no get reason. You just start the watch ball. You no understand. Now today you start the watch ball.
Oh, nah.
Tomorrow you go come argue say you don't dey watch football since 1996. You don't dey watch football since 1991. All these rules they tell person. Wetin be this now? Now what for you? Now what for? See, let me be honest with you. There are questions I will not answer, and I'm not sorry. No worry yourself. Look, all these ones. Very soon you go say whether I beg. All these ones say they talk so. Well, no. That one not work for me. Hey, look, I will tell you and I won't explain. You get some brother who they say I won't explain. I like those kind of brothers. They tell you say this is my opinion on this thing is like this is like this. I won't explain.
Now you understand. Understand.
But I understand though. You don't understand though. Like you know, but I won't explain. What it be that? How you could carry domestic red card? In fact, I don't already indirectly give you the answer. But you cannot be carrying domestic red card into European competition. If you even loan a player across Europe, for instance, if this was England, Piero Nkapie will not play against Leverkusen in this Champions League match that Arsenal will play against them. If this was England or this was Bundesliga, since it is within the league, he will not move, he will not play that game. But this one, it is in Europe. Those things, they're not a counter. That's why you can play. You remember that Champions League where Courtois was the star of the game for Atletico Madrid against Chelsea, and Chelsea fans were like, our own goalkeeper, what did this guy they do so? You know, no say now we buy him. You know, go no say now you buy him. But the truth is, the buy where you buy him, you know, buy him for that competition where they play against you, because the conditions we make them they play that competition. It not apply for Europe. If you apply domestically, Europe no recognize all those things. Okay, let's leave that one. No wonder you say you don't get the question for mine for 3 weeks now. So you wait for 3 weeks. Make you ask. I will not explain. I will not explain. It is not good. Hello. Sports Radio Brila FM. Of course, the action continues right here, and I can tell you, yes, action on Football Live. It is 92 minutes. Mansfield 1, Arsenal 2, and 6 minutes have been added to this game. Mansfield, of course, they have brought on more players. They are picking up a lot of the cards as well in this game, and that I can tell you certainly. As it stands right now, it is how many yellow cards? Mansfield have picked 4 yellow cards in this game. Arsenal have picked 2 yellow cards in this game. Ricardo Calafiori and Eberechi Eze are the guys who have been booked for the Gunners in this game. Lincoln have made it 2-0 in the game against Cardiff City. Yes, they've made it 2-0 in the game against Cardiff City, and I can tell you that Huddersfield have taken the lead against Rodham. 1-0 action in League One right there. Yes, Huddersfield have made it 1-0 in that game as well. So yes, we're still looking at the PSG talking points as it concerns Chelsea, while we also try to grind this game till the very end. Yes, right there. Mansfield throwing everything. This is a kitchen sink moment, and you definitely expect them to give their best. They almost got it there. Yes, they almost got it there. A long throw, 2 headers, and one was able to put it past the Arsenal defense, but he didn't have enough power on it. Kepa Arrizabalaga was able to just smother it to safety and give Arsenal the chance to attack once again in the game. Okay, yes, it is 94 minutes in that game, and yes, they will be going for all the long balls, everything that they can possibly do in this game. Noni Madueke has walked his socks off in this game. He has not stopped running.
He's covered a lot of ground.
Yes, maybe of course paying for all the matches he has not been playing, because we did raise concern to say that Saka was tired in some games, so you probably should have been able to bring on Madueke to come do a bit of the running, and that has not happened in those games. Okay, so yes, let's see, 94 minutes as Mansfield will be looking to go on the attack once again in this game. Gabriel Jesus, I think apart from the early moments of this game, he has not exactly come into it. He doesn't thrive in a lot of physical games. Yes, in games where you have to go physical against the opponents, that's not where you find the best of Gabriel Jesus. But again, he's done just enough for himself as far as this one is concerned. Martinelli almost made it 3. That was whiskers wide. Good counter attack, won the ball, gave it to Bukayo Saka, ran all the way the entire stretch of the pitch. Saka reversed the pass for him. He stretched the goalkeeper to the other side, but he didn't find the back of the net, and all the players none of the players actually connected with the ball in that situation, and it went out of play for a goal kick, as Mansfield would once again give it a push and hope to find something in this game. Will they? 95 counting down to 96 minutes right now in this game, and it is Arsenal who still lead by 2-1 in this situation. I think they're just largely using sense and quality to run down the clock.
Yeah, I think that's about it. Not rushing to clearing the ball, especially where it's a safe area though, because where they need to clear the ball, they've actually done that Arsenal defense. But you know, where they also need to keep the ball and try to just run it out, play simple combinations between two players, they've done it well. And Noni Madueke has done a very good job. I mean, it's combined well with what's his name now, the young boy who just came in.
Dixon.
Dixon.
Jaden Dixon.
He's done very well in some of the situations where you expect it to be tense, to also probably put the ball to safety, but it's maintain absolute cool and calm composure to ensure that at least bits of that the time where Mansfield would probably had gotten some sort of momentum, absolutely killing it. So I think yes, it's good the way they've gone. Let's see, just a few seconds into the end of the game, maybe we could have any of the FA Cup magic to end this game with. Okay,
let's see, of course, if there will be any magic as far as this one is concerned. They probably should have just done the job, but it's full time. Arsenal have won that game 2-1. It was almost a costly one. That final sprint by Nkapie. The player will be running, and you as the coach, you'll be thinking a lot of things. That was a huge sprint. And Adeboye Joe, he's met a former teammate at the academy level. Yes, they're talking about Iberichi Eze, and they're definitely catching up. Football not this straightforward.
The number of Nigerian heritage boys in the lower
across the lower rungs of English football.
This is crazy.
It's scary. Yesterday there were under 21 matches, the Professional League 2 matches. Bro, I counted over 10.
Wow.
Over 10 across different. No, there were like 8 games that took place yesterday. I counted over 10 players across all the games, and I'm like, over 10.
This is scary.
There was a time we counted like 15 to 18 guys at the under 17. At the under 18 games.
Under 18. Still talking about under 18. I think there was a particular game. Was it Chelsea? I think Chelsea and Arsenal. I counted up to 8 players. 8 players between the two teams, and I was like, wow.
Of Nigerian heritage.
Nigerian heritage. Yoruba names, Igbo names, and whatnot. It's I don't know. I think again, if not for some of the deficiencies we have, this is where we should be shopping for many of our under 20s, under 17s from. And you know, obviously, because the level of talents here, they are not
exposed to quality coaching first things first.
This. And of course, we are not even, you know, investing them enough. So I think some of this is where we should be building the bedrock of the Super Eagles. We are talking about the next level, the next generation. We don't know where the next generation did. We don't know where they won't come from.
Exactly, because there's hardly a path where you'd say this is what has been laid. Again, that's why you cannot blame players who want to get out of Nigeria by hook or crook, because they know that the moment they can suffer here and sweat here, but the moment they cross the border and become foreign pros, that's when you begin to attach importance to them.
Yes.
Some of these guys who are foreign pros who left Nigeria, they actually started here.
Nobody would have looked at Benjamin Fredericks if he was still
nah.
Nobody.
There's
Wabali was having good times even in Lobby Stars here. Nobody was looking
before he moved.
Just here in South Africa.
There's this kid that what's this club that in Germany? He's a defender. I think Wachuku, I think he's 16 or so. That kid is one for the future. Boy, he's already like I think he should make his debut this week. I think he's made his debut already.
So whether we like it or not,
that's an exciting prospect right there, of course. But a lot of them. I mean, another one is a defender Liverpool have just signed from Austria. After he had a fantastic under-17 European competition, the last European under-17 World Cup, he did very well, made the team of the tournament. Liverpool have snatched him up already at 17, and you know, there are lots of them. And
we keep wondering why we're going abroad. I mean, even if we are going to go abroad, probably even do it rightly. At one point, we got Tom Ndile Bashiru. Somehow he made his way to the last AFCON preliminary list.
Yeah.
And then we snatched him. It was at the 20. Was it 2019? Under 20s.
Yeah, he played under 20.
I think we should.
That's the Haaland set.
Yeah. You know, we've had youngsters like that could obviously, because again we have no pathway. We don't have another 20 team. We don't even have under 17. We don't have under 23. By next year, we'll be talking about another cycle for Olympic Games, and you know, probably even trying to make it for the qualifiers. We don't have any of the teams around now, and the next thing, if you are going to shop now, people will tell you, okay, this guy is good enough for the Super Eagles, neglecting where we should start the foundation from. I think people just need to, you know, wake up to their jobs and their roles, and this light we are saying is at the end of the tunnel. I probably think it is dim now, or we are not. It's just not there anymore.
It's the national grid powering it. Blackburn Rovers, yes, they got a shocker. They trailed against Portsmouth 1-0 in that game. Hull City have surrendered everything in this game. It is now 3-1, Millwall leading in the game. Gorissa have started the game against Slaven Bodupo. Yes, Gorissa have taken the lead already inside the first 14 minutes of this game. Kenmore have doubled their lead against Septembri Sofia against Septembri Sofia. It is 2-0 in that game. I can tell you FK Sarajevo have taken the lead against Prijedor inside the first 15 minutes in Bosnia and Herzegovina. Sloga Meridian against Zeleshnika. It is still goalless in that game. Alashkert against Ararat Armenia, still goalless in that game. And I can tell you that Como have taken the lead against Cagliari. Yes, action in the Italian Serie A. Huddersfield lead 1-0 right there. Mallorca still lead by 1-0. Basaksehir against Gostep. It is 1-1, 57 minutes on the clock. It is Cardiff City 0, Lincoln 2. Action, of course, are coming right there. And yes, Como once again rising up to the occasion. It is Baturina, yes, who has found the back of the net for the side, the young Croatian, yes, to put them ahead in this game. 1-0 they lead right there. And yes, there will be more action. Let's take a break at this point in time. Yes, we'll be back with more, and Football Live will continue with more of the exciting talking points. Don't go away.
Ready or not, here I go.
10, 9, 8, 8, 9. Sports Radio 88.9 Gorilla FM.
Nigga go with the corner kick, shooting star, still looking for the 3-point hit. I know, fantastic header.
The WBC interim heavyweight champion of the world, the Nigerian Nightmare,
to switch it quickly here for Ronaldo, who's got the better of Diego Alves, and Ronaldo scores brilliantly. The finish of a master, a craftsman at work.
Shout out to my haters, sorry that you couldn't faze me.
He's got the captain and run the game for Nigeria. The man who saved the game for Nigeria takes them into the final. Nwankwo Kanu, what a moment for him.
Greatness is what we on the brink of.
Don't believe it! Aguero, with seconds of the season remaining, has won the Premier League title for Manchester City. Hollywood, make this movie.
They have become the first African side to win Olympic gold and to win a major world footballing tournament. And no wonder they'll celebrate. Nigeria with the gold medal.
I'm really trying to make it more than what it is, because everybody dies, but not everybody lives.
Messi scores! Another Messi milestone, a half-century of goals in the Champions League, and he's the youngest player to reach that figure.
This is my moment.
Every moment is a treasure in Sports Radio 88.9 Brila FM.
I wish that I could have this moment for life.
Brila FM, a complete deal.
'Cause in this moment I just feel so alive.
Brila.
A bigger sports experience just for you on several platforms. Sports Radio.
Brila FM.
Enjoy our services on www.brila.net.
Anywhere.
Anywhere.
Everywhere.
Subscribe to Brila Sports TV on YouTube.
Watch, like, and share our videos. Brila.
It's a total sports media experience. Anywhere. Everywhere.
Time once again for VAR, Video Assistant Referee.
Everybody saw it.
Paul Tierney is recommending that Anthony Taylor goes and has a look for himself.
Yeah. We know you saw it too.
On reflection, he does get there first. He does make contact.
Let's review that scene and double check it all on the VAR show.
Alright, make I use my VR made in Marine Beach. Yes, stand on the bridge, you see everywhere clearly. My VR made in Ungwanrimi.
9:30 a.m. Mondays to Fridays on Sports Radio, Brila FM. VAR. The recheck.
And now in news from the world of football, reports are surfacing that last year's changes to the UEFA Champions League may have come from a surprising source.
Here we go. Sources close to Lee are saying that Zlatan Ibrahimovic has been telling people the idea for the new format was all his idea.
Zlatan, last year we saw your announcement of the new format at the UEFA Champions League draw.
You have to stop telling press and everyone else that we are making changes, because we are not.
This is the Champions League, where the best in the world come to compete. This is an all-or-nothing league, where legends are made and hearts are broken. Football never stands still. It always evolves. And now, the fans are getting more competitive games. So that every match, every goal, every point matters. The best club competition in the world just got better. Because this is the Champions!
Follow all of the UEFA Champions League season on Brila.
Hi, DJ Drogba.
Hello, this is Heidegger Selassie.
Hi, I'm Michael Midfielder.
My name is Jeremy Mikel. My name is Danny Jordan. My name is Kolo Toure.
Hi, my name is Diego Rangida.
Hi, sports fans. My name is Victor Moses.
My name is Lightning Bolt.
I'm Joseph Yabo.
My name is Austin Jeju Okocha.
This is David Dean, former Vice Chairman of Arsenal and the Football Association. We're on 88.9 Brila FM.
We're reaching out to bring the big names to you. Sports Radio 88.9 Brila FM. There's nothing like it.
It all kicks off right here.
Breaking news straight to your phone. Brila Media is is now on WhatsApp. Follow our official WhatsApp channel for the latest sports news, talking points, live updates, and in-depth coverage of sports events in Nigeria and around the world. From international tournaments to national teams, athletes, and exclusive stories. If it's sport, it's Umbrella Media. To join, simply go to WhatsApp channels on your device. Search Brilla Media and tap follow channel. No stress, no delays. Just sports as it happens. Brilla Media, home of the fans.
Hey, sport fans, where you? More ways to take enjoy and package sport informate as you day on the go. Now to follow us on top our social media platform and website as it dey hot. Breaking news we day. Live update with full ground. Transfer gist and confirmed gist with all the betterlicious analysis wey dey inside sports. Na im we dey serve like hot cake. Sharply follow us on top Twitter and Instagram at Brilla FM 889. For Facebook, follow Sports Radio Brilla FM. Come still visit our website wey be www.brilla.net. Make you don't miss anything as we carry you now closer to the action.
They are the heartbeat of a game. The voices that war from Lagos to London, from the streets to the screens. They are more than fans. They are family. They are Brilla Nation. You cheer, you chant, you celebrate every goal, every victory, every moment that matters. And every single day, Brilla Media celebrates you. The power, the passion, the pride of Brilla Nation. Brilla Media, the home of champions, the voice of the fans. United we stand, together we win. Because we are Brilla Nation.
He sent it in with that gorgeous left foot of his. Have you heard anything quite like this?
Absolutely not.
From London to Lagos. It was a long ball over the top. It's got by the full book. Yeah, it's a superb performance from Arsenal, really. Unbelievable. Boom. Big goal in the relegation scrap. Wow. Nigerian Frank Onyeka returns to the substitutes bench for Brentford.
That's why we stand out from the crowd.
If you're a Tottenham fan, you'll be jumping up and down. Yeah, it was an absolute screamer. Fair play to Mikel Antonio. Pick that one out. It's been a pleasure having you with us. And when's it all going to end? Football Live on Brilla FM.
Live and exclusive to Brilla FM. You are tuned in to Football Live.
So we've got so much coming up on Football Live. We're covering everything in England, in Germany, in Italy, in Spain, in Saudi Arabia, in Nigeria, you name it.